Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, and welcome back to our finale of the Abomination Vault, Ruins of Gauntlight. I'm your GM Steve, and I'm joined by fellow D&D veterans Mike, Rick, Richard, and Nina as we go on a journey and crit fumble our way through learning Pathfinder. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
We're gonna die.
We may die. For those of you who are new to the stream or YouTube, welcome. And if you've been with us for a while, welcome back. It's good to have you. Now, tonight, we have a very special announcement. This episode is sponsored by the Rollsmith.
Smooth.
And because it's an extra special announcement, we have an extra special guest tonight joining us to hype up this sponsorship. So, if everyone could give a very warm welcome to none other than Otari Ilvashti himself.
Woo! My brother.
Your brother from a different mother?
I'm preparing myself.
I mean, not the special as
really
last
try.
week's guest, but okay.
Hi all, famed adventurer, explorer, and lover, Otari Ilvashti here to talk about my friends at the Rollsmith. It's the past 500 years since I died. There are many important inventions that have shaped the world. The automobile, democracy, cryptocurrency. But all have paled in comparison with dice from the Rollsmith. Did you see what I did there? Pale? You tough audience. Playing on Foundry VTT for the last 500 years with Volluk as the GM has been so tedious. It had me almost pulling out my hair. That's when I found the Rollsmith and decided instead to give it a curl. Curl instead of the whirl? Get it? Bah. With the Rollsmith's newest dice, the Ruby dice set, I knew I'd found the crown jewel in my collection. It reminds me of some rubies I had procured from a terrible person in Absalom. Now, I am no saint, but compared to me, she was the pure evil. She would always rob bakeries, and that is why she takes the cake. Anyway, thank you again to the Rollsmith. You have made the hundreds of years of death into an absolute pair of dice. Eh? Eh? Ah! Whoa.
Okay.
What happened? I feel like I was possessed for a minute. Everything okay?
I think
Stream's still
we all
running?
TPK'd already.
Yeah,
So
they
much
gave
better
up to the
now. Oh my
Volluk.
god. Yeah.
And we're going on.
Make a will saving throw. I'm just kidding. So,
Yeah, Rick, I
thank
definitely
you.
think that guy is your brother.
Thank you, Otari, for that glowing endorsement. As part of last week's episode, we held a contest to give away a $5 gift card to the Rollsmith. And before we announce tonight's contest, let's go ahead and announce last week's winner. So, the winner is Christos Matthews. With the specific... Yeah, thank you, Christos.
Hey.
The specific
Congrats.
action that he won with was following at Recall Knowledge on Twitter. So thank you, Christos. We will contact you on Twitter shortly with your prize. As part of tonight's sponsorship, the Rollsmith is giving away another $5 gift card, which is just enough to cover a set of their dice, by the way, to one of our lucky viewers in chat. The contest is live right now, so make sure you're following us on Twitch, and then in chat, all you have to do is type !contest to enter. And we will be announcing the winner live at the end of tonight's episode, right around 10 o'clock Pacific time. So thank you to the Rollsmith for your sponsorship tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Rollsmith.
you.
Also, just a quick shout out in chat before we get going. I saw that we had a resubscription from that guy and another resub from AZIH1. So thank you both for the resubs before we get going tonight.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys. Hope you
Thank
enjoyed
Coach-
tonight's show.
Hey, Coach Reed.
Where we all get
he
murdered.
also re-upped.
Oh, Coach Reed re-up too? I didn't get the notification, but thank you, Coach Reed. Okay, now, before we really jump into it tonight, right? We had a lot of redemptions before we got started, because if you're watching live, you can earn heroic coins. You can cash in those coins to help influence the game to help your favorite characters. Well, we have already had 2 hero points donated to everyone on the cast. So thank you, Doc
Thank
Nina
you.
and Coach Reed and Karate Kid, who redeemed all of their coins to give you all 3 heroic points to start the night. As well,
We're gonna need them.
Mm-hmm.
it looked like Hallowed RPG redeemed a 5,000 coin redemption to give New Lara plot armor for tonight.
Oh, is it just for the night or is this indefinite? Is
It's
she
just
gonna buy
just for this session.
her?
So
Oh,
New Lara will have a
nice.
+1 bonus, a +1 status bonus, I believe, to her armor class for the night.
Nice.
Which means, unfortunately, I don't think it stacks with Inspired Defense, because I think they're the same bonus types, but
Good
still,
job, Hello
it's very
RPG.
awesome.
Thank
Yep.
you, Hallowed RPG.
And I can see
That guy's on fire.
I can see we've already got some people redeeming for the contest tonight. So make sure all you got to do, make sure you're following us. ! Contest, no space. And we will have the gift card out at the end of the episode. I'm excited.
Nice.
All right.
Very
So,
nice.
guys, with all that done and all that out of the way, it's our big finale, the showdown with the Guardian of the Lighthouse, Volluk. Who's ready for some Pathfinder?
Nope. Nope.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Ready to run. I mean, ready to rock.
Yeah, we're ready to get back to this.
Viewers, go ahead and sit back and
Pray
relax.
for us.
But players, let's jump into tonight's final episode of the Abomination Vault's Ruins of Gauntlight, episode 22.
Oh.
The lumber town of Otari, with its storied past and a fair share of sinister secrets, has been fairly quiet in recent decades. Over the 400 years since its inception, the surrounding area has been the launching pad for many famous adventurers, and as a result, most of the ancient ruins have been fully explored, much of their mysteries already solved. But when the mysterious Gauntlight, an eerie landlocked lighthouse, begins to glow with a baleful light, the people of Otari suspect it's an ominous prelude to sinister events. The call goes out for a new band of heroes to save the day. Those heroes are Mukta,
One's path in life may shift like the sands. You have to adapt or be buried.
Halarmony Higgins,
Can I play something for you?
New Lara,
Hey, I know that it's scary, but you have to get up. Okay? Take my hand. Ugh, very good. Let's go.
Clovis,
Nature is not to be put in order. Nature is order. It is for us to put ourselves in unison with this order.
the time has come to enter the Abomination Vault, Ruins of Gauntlight.
All right. Welcome back. Now, guys, if you will allow me to indulge myself for just a minute, I have a little bit of an intro for tonight's episode that's a little unorthodox, and then we'll get going. Here we go. As our camera fades in from black, we see a purple face, a middle-aged drow poring over books in his laboratory. A small goblin we recognize as Borbo carries a strange tool of some sort in the background. We see this is clearly Volluk Azrinae. A title card across the bottom reads, about 500 years ago. "No, you idiot, not that one," yells Volluk as he throws something at Borbo, causing him to drop the tool, which breaks. Borbo looks up at Volluk with fear in his eyes, as Volluk is to his feet, snatching up the broken tool and swinging it at Borbo. With the smash cut, we are in a different scene. The workshop. Volluk is building a strange staff, a silver and copper contraption with strange circular frames carved into it. Volluk looks to be fitting some glass lenses into the frames. At a glance, it resembles a bit of a lighthouse. We hear a voice from out of frame, a feminine voice. Surprisingly adequate, Volluk. The fulcrum will serve me nicely. We see only a hand reach out for the lens, as Volluk beams and hands it over. Smash cut to Volluk, sitting in a small room alongside a banquet table. Other people line the seats around the tables. Scholars, soldiers, devils, all manner of beings. But all we see is a tight shot on Volluk's face. A voice is speaking from out of frame. Heroes are on the way now, mistress. They call themselves the Rose Guard from Absalom. Shall we dispatch a group to... No. We hear the feminine voice snap back. Let them come. I will defeat them and add them to my collection. We can see Volluk's worried face, looking around himself. He dares not speak up. Smash cut to a small house behind the Gauntlight, a lens workshop. Volluk stares out the window. We hear combat noises raging on from the outside, but cannot see what is happening. We see Borbo standing at Volluk's side, watching confused. Volluk turns and sneers at him, but the sneer is cut short with a loud explosion. Many of the lenses in the workshop shatter from the sonic blast, sending shards of glass flying. We see Volluk's pristine face cut up, but cut to black. We hear a womanly voice. Please, let's leave here together. Start a new life somewhere else. We see there's tears in the eyes as the camera cuts from black, and we see a drow woman sobbing. She's clutching something, a painting. Velcora needs me now in death more than in life. Volluk turns from the room and strides out. The woman cries, falling to the floor, clutching her portrait of Volluk. As the camera watches him leave, down the hallway, we see a few apprentices coming towards her, malice in their eyes, weapons in their hands. Smash cut to Volluk in his workshop. His face looks older. Scars from the shards of glass are set in, showing time has passed. The scene is dark. A tank of water is being filled by Borbo in the background. We see books of necromancy opened across the workspace. Volluk working diligently. He holds up a black gem. A grin spreads across his face. Borbo, come here. How would you like to live forever? Another smash cut. A small wooden bird doll sits in a ruined workshop, the ceiling open to the rain above. We see the glittering black gem embedded in its back, and as the lightning flashes, we get a clear look at Mr. Beak's face. Stay here until I return for you, is the command from Volluk. Standing here in the ruined lens workshop, there is some sadness in Volluk's eyes. It lasts only momentarily. He strides out of the room down the hallway. There is a pause as he crosses a portrait of himself hanging on the wall. He looks up at his beautiful face staring back. His fingers instinctively caress his own face, tracing the scars. In a rage, he tears the painting from the wall. Cut to a small office. A desk sits here and a bathtub. We see Volluk dumping buckets of something into the tub, and as the camera pulls closer, we can see the entire tub filled with leeches. Runes glow around the bathtub surface, and Volluk recites the magic. He drinks a dark vial of liquid, and as something begins coursing in his veins, black runs through them. He disrobes fully and we see one last caress of his scars. His face is showing wrinkles. Age is setting in on this drow. He steps into the tub of leeches. We see his body dissolving in the pulsating mass of the creatures as he liquefies himself and is absorbed into the swarm. Smash cut to a bright morning. The sun is up, and it looks beautiful through the morning fog. A young dwarven man with his cup of coffee seems to be enjoying a walk. We see him drawn to a strange figure, holding a glowing lantern. "Do you need some help there, laddie?" says the dwarf, taking a gulp and walking closer to the robed figure. As he gets closer, we see the lantern held up. Its glowing blue flame dances inside, and we see the mesmerized face of the dwarf. The hood of the robe is blown back from a gust of wind, and we see hundreds of swarming leeches falling over themselves beneath it, their bodies forming the shape of a crude smile. Smash cut to that same dwarven man tied down to a table. Screams of agony ring out. A blue light passes from the table upwards through him into the ceiling. We see his flesh being destroyed, turned necrotic and dying, and then regenerating itself like a wave crashing onto the beach. The mass of leeches grins, bugs falling off its face as it does so. Smash cut to the same figure, sitting at a desk. A lantern on the table flickers, providing dim blue light in the office. As he goes over his papers, he hears a noise from beyond. Cautiously, he stands from his desk and listens at the door. The camera pushes past him, out beyond the door, and we see a curious Yusoki staring back at the other side of the entryway. He pauses and turns away from the scene. We can see a group of heroes beyond, resting and gathering treasure from the dining hall. The camera drifts back into the office, to the swarm of creatures, to the horror that Volluk Azrinae has become. The hisses and pops of the leeches make a weird sound, mimicking speech. Ah, fate has brought us more heroes and more anchors for the lighthouse. This time, Belcora, I will not watch from the sidelines. As he opens the door and strides out, a terrified Nulara, Mukta, Halarmony, and Clovis stare back, each readying for battle. Well, we have guests. Players, please roll me initiative.
We got this, guys.
All right.
we-
Would you like to?
Bring us over.
I guess I could do that.
I mean,
Might
we
as
could
well
skip it
put
and
us
just
to the-
say we won.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
combat's not turned on, so we won. It's done.
Yeah, man.
All right.
The
See you guys
history-
next time.
The history of Volluk. It's all been building to this, guys. Your greatest challenge yet, Volluk Azrinae.
Okay, let's do this.
Make sure I'm all right. Come on.
It is a 23 for initiative for Clovis.
29 for Mukta.
28 for Hal.
Hey!
19 for Nulara.
And 23 for Clovis.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You want to remove the treasure icon?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You guys looted it, right?
Yeah, because he'll be looking at that the whole time instead of. trying to get it.
I wanted to
True.
let's
True.
see. I just wanted to show because I know like a lot of our viewers didn't get to see the handout. So this is old Volluk. Volluk then.
Describe what it looks like, Steve, for the people
Volluk
listening
now.
on the podcast.
So Volluk in the before is a very handsome drow, looks young in the portrait we see, long white hair that comes down his face, immaculate skin, sharp features, classically elvish beautiful. The current Volluk, the one that stands before our heroes, is thousands of leeches swarming amongst themselves. Somehow cohesing, like the cohesion of them together is just creating the semblance of a humanoid body. The arms are too long, the legs are too long. It's wearing a vest and pants somehow, but they're spilling out. There's no face. There's just a writhing mass where this man's face used to be. And, most importantly, there are no more scars on Volluk Azrinae.
What?
And as we go into combat, I think Hal, I saw you roll. Did you roll perception for initiative? Because I remember at the end of the last thing, you were trying to do avoid notice, right? You were trying to hide. You hid like under the table, right? So if you're, I guess I don't think there's anything necessarily now. Maybe Mukta will know this. Does it say you have to use stealth if you're avoiding notice, or just that you may use stealth if you're avoiding notice?
I have to read that again. I think it said you may use stealth.
I feel like that's right? Yeah. So, Hal, you can be stealth, but like make the stealth check to see if he sees you.
Alrighty.
I mean, you act before him anyway, so it's probably not going to matter, but it'll matter if you're flat-footed to him or not. Or if he's flat.
That is a natural 20 for a 26.
Let's see those crits in chat, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Crits in chat, everyone. All right.
Shoosh.
The dice are already in our favor. Let's hope it stays that way.
All right. At the start of combat, in the first round of chat, in the first round of combat, I'm looking at the crits in chat, so thank you. Mukta, you get the drop on the Guardian himself. What would you like to do?
All right, I will stride.
Now, is this a stride or a sneak? Because you are hidden right now, right? If you walk across the room without sneaking, he will see you.
He's flat-footed for me anyway because
You're 100% correct. That's true.
because I'm before him in initiative. So,
I was gonna say his eyes follow you as you dart across, but there's no eyes on this man.
This bug.
all right. Would I get any penalty shooting from here, from Hal, or no?
Hal's under the table, so no, I don't think so.
All right. I will.
I guess because of the chairs are kind of tall and the table not so much. The chairs are kind of tall because we already established that they were big enough to hide behind, you know. So I think from straight across the table like that, he will have like a partial AC cover from that, right? So you can fire.
Okay, so here's a question then.
Yeah.
Before I was able to kind of peek my head around corners. If I was over back to where I originally started, would I be able to?
I think so.
Strike him.
I think so.
All right.
I will allow it.
All right. I'll say I peek my head around the corner and shoot an arrow at him.
Go for it.
All right.
This is going to set the tone for the whole night. I mean, the natural 20 kind of set the tone for the night, but let's keep that tone rolling.
Let's make sure I have flat-footed on. All right. That is a 16 on the dice for 27 to hit.
27 is a hit, but not a crit. Even flat-footed.
All right. That's double sixes for 12 points of damage.
So here's what happens. You let go with the short bow. It flies out, cuts through the like massive leeches. Your arrow passes through his body, out the back and into like the door frame that he's kind of standing near. Hurts him, but hurts him a lot less than you would expect. He is resistant 7 to your attack.
Man.
All right. For my second action, I would then stride out to where I was behind the chair. And third action, I will hide.
Yeah, so he took 5. Oh, you know what? You know what? Sorry, I take that back. I need to roll things back for a second.
Like,
He is not only resistant 7 to your attack, Mukta, he is immune to precision damage. Your attack does nothing to him.
Oh, heck. What
Oh.
can I do against this dude?
Okay.
Yeah, I just realized that because he is immune to precision damage.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No one gets scared. No one gets scared.
I stride, and I hide.
Yeah, make that stealth check.
That is a 19.
19.
Not so great, but all right.
You think you're pretty safely hidden back there. That's all your
That's
actions, right?
That's my turn.
Hal.
all right, Hal is going to sturm a chord, and he's going to use his lingering composition and do inspire defense.
Put it up. That's not lingering. It's just straight up.
I'm gonna use lingering. I gotta do my-
Lingering. Got it. Lingering composition. Make that performance check. The DC at this level is 19, I believe. You shatter it with a
Did they
critical
33?
success.
Hal is
33
on
will do it.
fire.
You guys get inspired defense for 4 rounds.
Nice.
And then I will do. Let me try this. I will make a somatic gesture and cast electric arc on him. DC 20 reflex. Let's
DC
see what
20 reflex.
is the critical save.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Volluk gets a
Wow.
natural 20 for a total of 37 and takes 0 damage.
Damn,
I'm gonna-
what a fight. Okay.
All
I know
right.
it's his turn. I'm gonna change my dice because not because I feel
That's
like
scary though.
I'm on the
so
lucky
he just
dice.
said 37. That's 17 natural. So all my spells are DC 20s, which means he just has to roll a 3 or higher.
There you go. I'm gonna go with this dice for tonight, just so we're using
If
different
it-
dice.
If it's a reflex, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
that's
Okay,
all,
so
that's
he's
true.
a
That's
lead.
right.
All right.
That's what it means.
Volluk is next. So Volluk hears the music and like how like peeked his head out from the to do the electric arc, right? So like Volluk's very aware of where you are and very aware of like Mukta, like where he kind of ran towards, even though you can't see him. His eyes are staring at Clovis, and like you can't see him, Nulara. You just see like people attacking out the doorway, and he can't see you. But he says, he's like, I can feel your trembles. And he uses the stride action here to step out and kind of like doesn't even like look at you because there's no looking with this guy. There's no eyes, right? But you see where his arm is. His arm like reaches out and kind of points in Nulara's direction, and a sharp like jet of leeches shoot out almost like a spike right at you, Nulara, and he's going to make a tendril
Oh,
strike. Sorry, good.
I had my shield raised. I was
Yes.
defending the last time. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and put your shield because you were
We're
doing
up there.
defense. Yep. All right. The tendril strike comes out. He rolls an 11 plus 18 for a 29.
That hits.
Not a crit though, right?
Yes, no, not a crit.
Okay. So it doesn't deal immediate damage, but the leeches like hit you and like swarm all over you. They start crawling under your breastplate. They start crawling all over your body. You're now swarming with leeches that are biting and sucking blood out of you. And you are taking 2d8 plus 8 persistent damage. You are now bleeding, Lara.
Okay.
And then, let's see.
I just look at him. What
Actually, this is interesting. I already said it, so I can't take it back. So I guess the only thing you can do is this. He looks at you, Nulara, and his whole like thing goes in your direction. He strides right at you, and right when you think he's about to come up right next to you to stop, he continues and he swarms onto your square as you are now inside of the massive leeches, as his whole form is now on your square, like you're being swarmed by the leeches that are all biting at you while he stands on you. And I need you So this is the squirming embrace action. I need you to make a
Okay.
reflex save.
Reflex, you got it. That would be 16.
16.
Hero point.
Let's spend. Okay,
I
cash
got
in that
3.
first hero point. You got 3. You might as well
Yep.
spend them. 16 is a fail.
22?
is also a fail.
Whoa.
That's close, but it's no cigar. I don't think you have anything that gives you +1 more. No, I don't think so. So
No, not for
you are going to take 3d8 piercing damage from the leeches. So 14
Okay.
piercing damage. And they're
Okay.
biting all on you, and he still ends his turn swarming around you, Nulara.
Okay.
That's his turn. Clovis.
So, question: since this thing's all around her, if I attack it, is it also going to attack her?
No, I don't think so. I think this is a really weird question because what the action says is you stride and end your turn on a creature, or not. You just end the stride on a creature, right? But I can't find any rules that talk about what happens when you end your turn on another creature. So I wasn't even sure how to handle this. I think what's going to happen, just to keep it to make sense, I'm just going to have him end his space on a different square. And yeah, that's your turn, Clovis.
Okay, so Clovis is going to do a hydraulic push on him.
Sure.
Yes.
That
Whoa.
is a 24.
24 is a miss.
Oh boy.
Hero point. If it's a big spell, then
This
Yeah.
one's.
I mean, it's a resource, right? It's a spell slot.
Yeah,
yeah.
Alright.
If it's not a cantrip, I would use a hero point.
it is not. Okay, I will do my hero point. Let's try
Come
my
on,
ruby
natural
dice from
20.
Rollsmith. Come on.
Ah,
Alright, that's my hero point.
It's
And
even
I am
worse.
going to raise
So,
my shield.
yeah, your hydraulic blast like flies out, like I think it like hits like around him and glances off the leech form, and we're good. So it doesn't affect him. He takes no damage.
Okay, that's my turn. And then turn.
Does he have the swarm trait? Somebody's saying in chat he has the swarm trait, so we should be able to share space. I didn't see the swarm trait, but it could be on here. Maybe it's just not reflected correctly in here. Oh, he does have the swarm trait. I see it right here at the top. Perfect. So he is going to end on Nular's space, but I don't think you can hit Nular accidentally.
Okay, perfect.
And you raise your shield for the third action?
Yes, sir.
All right, Nulara, you're up.
All right. First action, I'm going to try and hit him with my trident.
You
So
guitar,
here we go.
trident.
Can I
Yeah.
hit him with my trident if he's
Yeah, he's
freaking
definitely, if
swarming
he's
at me?
on you,
Okay.
he's definitely within your reach, so.
We shall see. We know arrows didn't do anything. The other trident does.
My +1 trident Ghostbuster.
Who you
Oh.
gonna call?
I'm gonna use another hero point.
Yeah.
So
we know
it was
that's
a 5 plus 13 for 18, which is a miss.
Uh-huh.
Spend that hero point. 2 hero points in on the first round of combat.
Yes, sir.
oh,
Oh my god!
Dang.
Would you like to fill in our podcast audience?
Let me see.
It is a
He's
natural one,
swarming,
folks.
so I can't grab him.
Would
Or
swarm?
can I?
I mean, I don't know.
Do you have any bug spray? Spray some
You
bug
haven't
spray.
tried. Think about it. He's not one cohesive thing. He has thousands of like
Yeah.
leeches, right? And he's
No,
all
yeah.
swarmed around you. You could. I mean, it's up to you.
Did he speak to us in common?
Yes.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close my eyes, and then I am going to channel Pharasma, since the being right in front of me is essentially the thing that she wants me to kill, but I can't. So, looking at this swarm, I will say, you are not supposed to be here. We know what you look like. It's only a matter of time before everyone else will. So right now, I have Pharasma behind me. And I'm telling you right now, the minute she gets in here, the minute I start hitting you, you will die. And then I'm trying to demoralize him.
Go for it. Make that intimidation check. It's a long 6 seconds, you know. I think time slows.
Yeah, sorry. I was like thinking about it. Really, I was like literally nervous right now. You guys.
No, go for it. Let's make this roll. Make it better than a natural 1, please.
I mean, if I could.
I think you can.
This ain't my hands.
Chat,
Intimidation.
Send Nulara your energy here. This is a good roll, an important roll.
23.
And you're targeting a will save?
I believe so. Demoralize.
It does not. It is not enough to fear Volluk.
You guys ready to...
That's my second action. Third action, raising a shield.
Raising a shield.
Okay. We're gonna need to run.
All right. Second round of combat. Mukta.
Hey, if that.
Oh, that's a good point. It did end your turn. So
-1.
you've been biting bit. 17 points of damage you take from the leech is still biting you. And
What's
make
this recovery check?
because it's persistent damage, right? So
Okay.
like any persistent damage, you make a flat check at the end of your turn to potentially end it. So make make a DC 15.
Another reflex.
Not a reflex save. It's just a flat check.
Oh, okay. I'll just click it. 12.
The leeches stay. You continue to bleed.
Uh-huh.
All right, Mukta. I actually forgot about the persistent damage, but I added the persistent damage condition thanks to the persistent damage mod, and it did it for us. So thank you, persistent damage mod. That was cool. Mukta. Second round of combat. Your arrows did nothing.
Well, that was max damage as well. So
time to get creative.
I'm going to drop my short bow.
Okay.
And 30 feet, or I guess stride, one action.
Okay. You drop your bow, so you got free hands, and you're striding on all fours. Okay.
It's only 25 feet either way, so.
Okay.
I have 30, but
Is that not 30 feet?
It was said 25.
25, but like 30 in parentheses, right? What does that mean?
That means it's 30.
Yeah, 25 for the
corner,
second move.
the corner, yeah.
Oh, five for the first segment, 25 for the second.
Yeah.
Either
But I
way,
have
you've
30
got
yeah.
the 30 feet when you're barehanded, so
Yes.
it works out.
And then I stand up again, or come up on my hind legs and quick draw with my rapier.
All right, make that strike. I will say in this instance that. Okay, here's the thing. I might give you flanking in this instance, right? But as you go to strike, you learn with the thousands of eyeballs in all directions, he's immune to flank. So it's not going to matter.
Oh.
So go ahead and make your strike without the flat-footed condition.
All right.
No joke.
Yeah. That's a 29 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Hey!
Let's go.
Come on, let's roll some good damage here.
I mean, I don't have that much for damage if he's not flat-footed, so it's not going to matter.
Well, he's immune to the precision anyways.
8 points of damage.
That's enough to get through 1 point of damage. Because he's resistant 7.
Yay!
You kill a few leeches.
Little by little.
Nice.
You actually skewer quite a bit. Right through, and then you gotta shake him off your rapier.
Third action, I will... Let's see what he's got. I will stride.
Yeah, he does not have a attack opportunity to hit you with.
All right, that's my turn.
So I can't see Nulara, but Nunu, How are you feeling over there?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, are you sure? It will take me a minute, but what is okay? I cannot see you because you're
I'm
covered
a third. I'm like 30.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Well, I hope you don't die. And I will spend all 3 actions to cast Magic Missile at Volluk.
Okay, bring it.
Oh, hell.
Did you send that to just the GM? It looked like it came to just me.
Yeah, accidentally.
I popped
Just
it
the
out so
GM.
everyone can see it now.
Okay.
So this is just straight. This is still level 1.
Level 1, all 3 actions.
Go for it. So all 3 actions is what?
So 15.
5, 4.
Not sure if it's 3. Not sure if it's just 3 dice plus the 1.
No, each one does +1. So it takes all that damage. So what? 12 points of damage. Ricochets out. Bam, 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 bam. Hits him. Takes the full damage. There's no resistance to this.
Okay,
Nice.
everybody else, shoot him with your magic missiles.
Can you throw me one?
I'll try.
Alright.
I don't have any.
How do I
What
do
is it?
that?
What is a magic missile?
So
Simple, right?
Volluk here turns and looks at you like you're not like hidden, you're because you can see him, you can cast your missile. He turns and sees Hal like kind of crawling like under the table. He's going to like stride 10 feet away from Nulara, which actually technically triggers an opportunity attack because it is a stride action, which is one of the triggers.
Yes, sir. So with my trident, that would be another miss.
That is a miss.
24.
And so Volluk like kind of makes eye contact with you, Hal, and raises his like leechy sort of hands, and you watch as he casts a spell, and suddenly you like look down at your arms and you start feeling itchy, and you start scratching your arms, and you look down. Everywhere under your skin begins like writhing, Hal, as you see little worms burrow their head out and like look at you with like little leeches that appear in your skin, and you are now being devoured with a spell that he likes to call Worms Repast. So Hal, can you make a Fortitude saving throw?
All right. That is a natural 1.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man, we are
Guys,
back to-
we can't, not like this.
Does it have is it a visual
That's his
component,
first natural.
or
This is
it-
not, this is a mental effect actually. Let me just double check.
Oh, perfect. I can use it on the mental too.
Can you really?
Yep.
That's an interesting use. It is a, let me just double check what tag
There's
it has
auditory
on.
visual, mental, enchantment, composition. Oh, that's me, mental. Never mind.
No, it actually, it's none of them. It's just a straight attack. It's not like illusionary or anything like that.
All right, I
So,
will
yeah.
use a hero point to not
Yes,
take double
please use
damage
the hero
on
point.
66.
Please
All right,
make
there
this
we
a good
go.
roll. Please make this a good roll.
You got this.
20.
Well, it's not a critical success this time. It's just a failure. Sorry, it's not a critical failure. It's just a failure. So you're going to take 6d6 piercing damage. So Hal, you take 23 points of piercing damage. And then you get, you are now taking 2d6 persistent damage from the, 2d6 persistent damage from the bugs biting you. And you are flat-footed while the bugs are chewing on you.
All right.
But that's all 3 of his actions. Clovis.
Okay, we'll just try this stuff. Clovis is going to move back here to the corner. And he is going to cast Burning Hands.
Isn't that just a 15-foot cone?
It is.
I think you just
60. Oh yeah, it's not on here. I'm not even sure. Doesn't even
it says
say,
well,
yeah,
you put it in
15
chart.
foot cone. Never
So
mind,
from
15
where
foot.
you
Yep.
are, you have to get a little closer because you're not.
So I was here, right?
Yeah. From there, you have
Still
to take
too
one
far,
step
right?
closer to get to him. Yeah.
I'm gonna try this. Clovis is gonna look in front of him and say, "Let me give you your own medicine," and cast. I'm gonna vomit up a swarm.
Okay.
So it's a DC 20
Yes.
basic reflex, which I'm gonna go through this anyways, but
It's gonna hit Nulara is the thing. It's a 30-foot
30 feet?
cone, right?
Mm.
We can place the
okay.
cone.
So then, if I move my
Wait, if
original,
you place the 30-foot cone,
that's gonna hit Hal. Jesus.
yeah. So this would hit here. It would miss
Oh,
Mukta, but
alright.
it would hit Nulara as well.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
He's scared. He's pissed off, thinking of the werewolf, all this stuff, and he goes back and he's going to do sudden bolt.
Okay.
Let's
Sudden
see if finally pays off. He's pissed off enough for this to work.
All right, that's gonna be a reflex save for Volluk. You guys, Volluk gets a natural 20 for
Dude, he's always doing it.
37.
Why does
And
this
takes
always happen?
0 damage again from the sudden bolt. You can't make this up, guys. Well, you still have one action, Clovis.
I think I am going to raise my shield.
Raise the shield. Okay. Oh, man.
Fuck.
Nulara.
Alright, I'm taking a step towards this bitch.
Oh, one last thing I need to point out because I did forget on his turn. He had taken some damage from Mukta, and as his turn starts, you watch as like some of the like leeches regenerate, and he heals a bit at the start of his turn. He heals 7 damage at the start of his turn. Well, you know, there's this handy. There is a handy action called Recall Knowledge. Maybe you've heard of it. That can maybe give you guys some insight.
Yeah,
into
but my lore is on
No,
mining.
I'm not saying it's necessarily for you. I'm just saying if things seem dire, trust in Recall Knowledge.
About ready. Just
So,
remember, guys, a
Nulara.
river cuts through rocks, not because of power, but because of its persistence.
I like that. I like that, Clovis. So I'll take a step.
Okay.
That's my first action.
Yep.
And then I'm going to.
You're muted, Richard, if you're talking.
Oh.
I don't have a sign for you. Sorry.
I'm the only one
Yeah?
with the sign, so yeah.
And then I'm going to try and hit him with my trident.
Okay. Make that strike count.
It counted.
27 is a hit.
27. So this has the ghost touch rune. I don't know if that makes any
It does not.
difference.
He is not a ghost, unfortunately.
But that is 15 points of damage.
15 points of
piercing-
damage, piercing damage,
damage.
physical. He's resistant 7 to physical, so he takes 8.
Okay. All right, and then for my third action, I am going to raise my shield.
Okay. You still have the leeches on you. The leeches are still biting you. You're starting to gush blood. You can feel blood running down your body, down your leg, pulling on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I spend an action to get them off me? Because I mean, I'm under the assumption that I'm already bleeding and they're inside of me. Yeah.
There is always the chance, right? You can spend 2 actions to try to get an extra attempt at stifling the effects, but it's 2 actions to do that, not 1.
I see. Okay, noted. So yeah, third action, I'm gonna raise my shield.
Okay. All right. At the end of your turn, we're gonna do the persistent damage.
Do I do the recovery check?
So
again?
first the damage. You take 19 points of bleeding damage, and now make
Okay.
the recovery check. This would be a good time to roll high.
Yep.
Mm.
Whoa.
A
last
natural
hero
1.
point.
Are you gonna use the hero point here?
Yeah.
All right, cashing in that last hero point. Chad, if you got heroic coins, by people, a 15. You did it.
There you go.
Nice.
You dig in deep, your blood clots, the last of the leeches fall out. You are no longer bleeding persistent.
Load. Okay.
But you're really low on health. All right.
Yeah.
Top of round 3, Mukta.
All right, one action. Take off my backpack.
Okay.
Second action. Reach in and pull out the portrait.
Okay, so Mukta had it in his backpack. There we go. Okay. You pull out the portrait, right, of the backpack, and what are you doing with it as you pull it out?
I'm going to pull it out and say, I almost forgot I had this. Look at this handsome, beautiful elvish face, huh? And I'm going to move my hand out and show it to the room.
Almost instantly, right, like half his body, all the leeches on this half of his body begin to like writhe in agony, and you can see like the head like kind of turns and is staring right at you, Mukta, and making some kind of noise that sounds like a cross between anger and pain and misery.
Mm-hmm. Do I still have an action left?
Yeah, that's only your second action.
I'm going to jump up on top of the table here,
Okay.
holding the portrait out like a talisman.
Perfect. Okay.
That's my turn.
Yes.
Got it. All right. Well, Hal, you're next.
Okay. How is Nulara doing now?
I'm at 9.
Oh, shit.
I think we need to use potions if we have them on your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want to use a second level soothe on Nulara.
Okay.
12 healing,
All right. 12 healing to Nulara.
Look at Hal. Thanks, Hal.
and I
Thank
will
you, Hal.
use lay on hands for myself.
Okay.
For 12 healing as well.
To you. You are still also being bit by these things.
Yep.
Different kind of effect. You got the worm through pass spell where she had like the little attack.
Actual worms.
Actual worms, yeah.
That is my turn. Do I roll a check?
Yep. So you take 5 damage from the worms biting you in your skin, and then you
Okay.
can make the recovery check.
All right. It is a D20.
So the effect does not go away.
Can I use a hero point for that?
You can. Please do.
Oh.
Also, Coach Reed gave Nulara another hero point.
Yes.
Hero point kicks in. The persistent damage effect goes off. You are no longer being chewed alive by worms, and you're no longer flat-footed to the worms.
Nice.
All right. Start of Volluk's turn. He heals 7 health from the worms regenerating. And he kind of grins as he looks around and says, "Is this the best you've got?" And
We're trying.
oh, but no, actually, sorry. At the start of the turn, before he says that, right? He can't say this because his eyes, his full focus is on the portrait that Mooks is holding up, shoving in his face as he looks at the rendition of his former self and is face to face with what he used to be versus the horror he's become. He has to start his turn with a will save. This, my friends, is the hateful memories ability he has. So he has to make a DC 28 will save.
Bro.
And he succeeds with a 19.
Jeez.
Plus 13, so 34. So it doesn't affect him this turn, but you can tell he is focused on it. So he shakes out of that, and then he grins and he says, "Is that the best you have?" He's going to reach up with his reach up with his hands, and he's going to lash out at Mukta with his strike, with his tendril strike.
This be considered a ranged attack?
Okay,
Thank you, Foundry and Rollsmith, for TPKing my party tonight.
Yeah, this is crazy, you guys.
That's a natural
We have
20
some-
from the DM
we
for
have
38.
some of those rolls, please.
So,
Would this be considered a ranged
I'm
attack?
checking. I'm checking. It is not a ranged attack. It's a melee attack with reach.
Okay.
It does not trigger your attack of opportunity, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So Mukta.
So join us next time for a brand new party and characters.
Mukta, you get hit for, like, you're bleeding now. Oh, well, it's kind of weird, right? Two things. One, you're now bleeding. You got the worms that are bleeding and hurting you. This is the weird thing about this that I'm not sure about, but I have to hang on, because it crit you, it didn't hit you, so I need to edit the effect real quick, because it needs to be 4d8 plus 16. Just a minor amount of damage adjustment on your thing, right? Okay, so Mukta, you're in bad shape here, but you're not. You're like you're getting ready to bleed, but you're at full health. So with his second action, he will then stride towards you, and he's going to use the Squirming Embrace, which is the stride with the reflex save. This does indeed trigger an opportunity attack for you, Nular. And if you crit, you can interrupt this. Move. Yeah.
Come on, you got this.
I'm all crit.
This is like, you guys, okay, your guys' rolls haven't been that bad, but I've been hot.
No, you've been, like...
Shout outs to the Rollsmith dice for giving these...
Come on, Rollsmith.
You forgot to
you know what, guys? Like, this is for Rick, Richard, and Mike. Guys, we just have to put our energies together and, like, say this is against Steve's lucky computer now.
22 is a miss.
22.
Mukta, can you make a reflex save?
Sure. I'm going to use a hero point.
16 is a fail. I would use a hero point.
I think it's a 23.
For a 20 on.
Yeah, so you're going to take 3d8 piercing damage. 12 piercing damage.
Cool.
Doing?
That's the first time I've got damage, but I don't have many hit points.
Then you watch as he's on the table, right? And then he like moves off of you and he strides away from you, Mukta, as the bugs like kind of go down and around the table in like this weird kind of wave formation and reform under the table on top of Hal. Hal, I need you to make a let me see. This is Screwing Embrace, so if you can make a reflex save for me. Muted.
I'm gonna use that.
You got a hero point?
Yeah.
Cash it in. People in chat, if you are sitting on correct coins, please send them our way. 21 is a failure, but not a critical failure at least. So you take 3d8 piercing damage. You take 12 piercing damage. Lara's no longer bleeding out. Mukta, you're gushing blood and bleeding out. Hal, you are like... You shook off the worms from last time, right? So you don't have persistent damage anymore, right? Okay, but you are damaged. Okay, and that is the end of Volluk's turn. Clovis.
Okay. I'm going to do 3 action heal.
That's the AoE heal.
Yeah, so I'm hoping 2 things. One, we get some heal, but I'm hoping it'll do positive damage against this thing, maybe. So
just to be clear here, right? Your burst will heal everything in the burst. It does positive healing to everything in the burst, right? If it is damaged by positive energy, he will be hurt by it. Otherwise, he will receive the healing like everyone else.
You guys think should we do it?
Heal Nulara, I would say, or Hal.
I'll heal Hal.
Heal Nulara.
Because I have a potion.
All right. So I can touch Hal, right? So I'll just do 1 action heal.
Okay. He's now like, so what's happening is the leeches are literally swarmed around him. So you are like reaching out and touching him through the leeches. Hal, you heal 1 hit point.
Thank you.
Dice gods, what did you guys do to earn this bad karma? You did not appreciate Otari Ilvashti's intro to the episode.
It was all those wonderful jokes.
And then I will do Disrupt Undead.
All right, you
And
reach
this
out
is
to hit the target and try to lance it with positive energy.
Come on, Clovis. Energy, guys. Energy.
This is actually interesting.
You won these.
What happens if you target something that's not undead?
Energy.
Oh, no,
It says it's still damage, right? It doesn't say
Again, this thing.
disrupt undead. You lance the target with energy, you deal 1d6 positive damage. Oh, the target has to be one undead creature. So you reach up with your ability, and just to throw you the biggest bone here, as you go to cast a spell, the target is not undead. It will not take. Don't take a different action.
Okay, so I know we get that. So I'll do Recall Knowledge, looking for any weaknesses on this guy.
Okay. Since this is like a swarm type creature, you get a choice of nature, because you've dealt with swarms in nature, or like occultism would be the other choice, unless you have some.
And that's a 27 nature check.
Okay. With the 27 nature. So Clovis, this guy is a swarm. Don't think of him as a singular creature. Think of him as 1,000 individual creatures, right? So what you will think is like dealing straight physical damage, hitting him with weapons, arrows, all of that is not going to work as good. But if you can hit him with splash damage or area damage, it is going to be super effective.
All right, excellent to know. And with that, that's 2 actions. Clovis will raise his shield. And all right.
Congrats on the successful recall knowledge. Nulara.
Yep.
All right. For a free action, I'm dropping my trident. First action, grabbing a potion.
Uh-huh. What potion do you have?
I have the minor healing potion.
Okay.
And then second action, take it.
Please do. Don't roll double ones. I cursed you, I'm sorry.
Use healing potion. It's a
Listen,
minor.
if anyone would like the DM to make the rolls for them,
A
I would
5.
gladly oblige. Is it just 1d8? That's what the potion does?
Yeah, a minor healing potion.
Okay. So you heal 5.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Yep.
1d8. Okay.
We haven't used them very often.
Yeah. So I have a free hand because I dropped my trident. Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
Hal, are you okay?
I should be just fine here. I will go ahead and
Gonna move?
be okay. Hopefully I can get away from this guy and Clovis can light him on fire.
But you're gonna move, right? Because I'm gonna force you out of there.
I don't want to be lit on fire by Clovis, so yeah, I will want to move out.
Okay, okay, awesome. All right, so for my third action, I'm gonna grab my trident again.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Clovis is shitting himself. He's pulling out fire one hand, lightning bolt, doesn't know what the shit to do.
And then he has like
He's
his
like,
fireballs of a wand.
Fuck!
All right, Mukta, your picture did not seem to work, but you could see it dazed him. He resisted the effects of it, but you could tell it was close to pushing him over the edge.
All right. Damn. Don't have a lot I can do really.
He is like anti-rogue to the max.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't be
kind
flanked.
of sucks.
Can't be precisioned.
Remember
Yeah.
persistence, right? You're not gonna get empowered. Just keep doing it.
Do you don't have any weapons with a striking rune on them?
I think right now we gotta support
one bug at a time.
spellcasters.
I thought I don't think I had the +1 rapier didn't have a striking rune, or no?
I mean, it didn't by default unless you added one to it.
He
No.
had a ghost touch to something. We bought 2.
The rapier.
The ghost touch added, but this is not a ghost.
Oh, none.
All right. I have the rapier out, the portrait out, and the other. I am going to.
Well, one thing is you're bleeding out. I'll
Yeah.
just point that out. It's 2 actions to get a free attempt to stifle the blood before it hurts you at the end of your turn. It gives you an extra DC 15 check.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, make a flat recovery check, DC 15. If you roll 15 or higher, you will stop the damage before it actually hits you at the end of your turn. A 4 is not a 15.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Hero point. Now, you guys have good luck at hero
Hero
pointing
point.
these persistent checks. Hallow just gave Mukta another hero point in chat.
Yes.
It worked!
It's a 17.
Okay, so for the 2 actions, you go you get all of the like leeches off of your body. You stop, drop, roll, whatever you have to do. All the leeches get smashed, and then the persistent damage goes away. You're not going to take that damage at the end of your turn.
All right.
It was a lot of damage too. It was 48 plus 16 because it was a crit.
Yeah.
So, congrats.
So that was 2 actions, yes?
That was 2 actions, yeah.
All right. I will just step forward with this portrait out like a talisman again.
They're under the table, and you're on top of the table too.
So then I will
Hop to the side, somewhere where he can see it. Right?
Which way are you going to go, Hal? Left towards Clovis or away?
I'm going to go away from Clovis and run into that room down on the other side over there and close it. I mean, and do my best.
Can you point it out to me real quick?
I cannot see which way you're pointing, Hal.
So if I'm running towards Clovis, I would be going over here, but since I am not, I'm going to run away from him. I'm going over that way.
All right. I will stride right next to Clovis.
Okay.
And with the portrait out.
Okay. You got the portrait in his face. Very cool.
Yep, that's my turn.
Good job on stifling the bleeding. Hal, you're up.
All right. I want to stride.
Hydrate from chat. Thank you. That'll help my hit another natural 20.
Hydrate.
All right. So I'll stride away from this guy.
Yep. He does not get a opportunity attack because.
Am I burning or on fire or bleeding out or something like that?
Nope. You've got no persistent damage on you at all.
All right. Fantastic.
You're good. You're in bad shape, but you're not, you're not actively bleeding. There's a distinct smell of blood in the air. Like you look over, there's like pools of blood under Nulara. You left a pool of blood back where you were. There's just blood everywhere.
I'll cast Soothe on myself.
Okay.
And heal up a little bit. Damn.
Definitely more than one, probably.
Sorry, can I say I would have went 1 more square over in my stride? I had enough. Yeah.
That's fine with me.
That is my turn.
All right.
You guys can do it. You can do it. Let's go. Come
Volluk must make a will. Like seeing his picture, like you hear like all the leeches like recoil away from the picture as like Mukta shows it. He makes his will save. That's finally a bad roll. Well, okay, it's a 4 plus 15 for 19. That is a fail. The DC on this is 28. And you watch as he goes, and like you just see like part of the leeches like part. And you can see like underneath like the like outer shell, like a humanoid, smaller humanoid with hands on their head, like writhing in pain before it like wraps back around them. So because he failed this, he gets slowed 1. He loses 1 of his 3 actions. He only has 2 actions.
Good job, Mukta.
I think that's all it is. Let me just see. Yeah, slowed 1 for 1 round. So now he only has 2 actions for this turn. So in that, like, as he like closes himself back up, he reaches out 1 set of hands, does a strike right at you. He has a 10-foot range on this, so he tendril strikes you again, Mukta.
Yep.
It was almost a 19 for a second. It tipped back to a 3. Does that hit?
That does not hit, thanks to...
It's a 21. Oh, sorry.
I have a 22 with my rune plus the inspired defense, so...
Very cool. Yeah.
That misses.
Yep. Very cool. It does miss. Did you? Let me see.
It's the first miss today, I think.
On your inventory, you gotta next to the leather armor, click the little square that's like the invest square. I'll click it for you for now. But if you're not clicking that, you're not getting the benefits of your magical armor. So you actually have 23 AC, just to point out.
Ooh.
Oh.
So I added that click for you. So that is a miss. So one
So on
tendril
top of-
strikes out at you and misses. The second tendril aims, like he has two arms. One goes at you, one goes at Clovis. Clovis, this is going to be a slightly less bonus on the strike. That's a 24 to hit.
Oh, that is a miss with my shield up.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
shield is raised. The leeches like hit your shield and splatter around you in like a kind of a wave, and completely misses and showers the wall behind you with leeches. And they all like hit the ground and then begin crawling back and like joining the mass. But both his attacks on this turn missed. The hateful memories coming in clutch. Is the tide turning, Clovis?
We shall find out. Clovis is going to take his acid splash at him based on his recalled knowledge. And let's
Yep,
see.
the acid splash will hit you as well because you are
26.
within range. Okay. You reach out with the acid splash, you hit him, right? The damage hits him, splashes, it hits. So 26 is a hit. Okay.
That is 4 damage.
So it's 4 damage, and with his splash damage 7 weakness, he takes 11 damage.
Yes.
I will say though,
She are gonna kill us.
here's the problem though. At the end of his last turn, he healed back up to full with his fast healing, but he's now taken 11 damage. Oops.
Keep doing that.
Oh,
So
Perhaps you should light them on fire from over there.
Burning hands would be good next.
just stay away from me.
all right,
Yeah,
and
Burning Hands
as
is a reflex
actually wait,
save, though.
I take it back because it actually splashes for 1 more damage, so he takes 1 more than that.
Correct,
But
that's
the
correct.
acid splashes back on you, Clovis, and you take 1 point of damage from the acid.
Oh.
All
That's
right,
a good trade. Keep doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah, 1, 2.
and then okay, so that was that. You still have 1 more action.
I will go back and raise my shield again.
All right, shield goes up. The hide
All the
armor
way
and the
back.
shield and the inspired defense, everything came together just to provide the the bonus you needed. That's pretty cool.
Oh, barely, yeah, just made it.
All right, Nulara.
Okay, first action, I'm going to stride to where he is. Do I need to make an athletics check to get up on this table?
It's not an athletics checking on the table. I think from there, because you're not moving across it, you're just climbing onto it. It's like difficult terrain. It's like if you run across it, then you have to make the check. In this case, getting there, climbing up in 1 stride action, you have enough movement. That's fine.
Okay, cool. So for my second action, I am going to hit him with my trident. Should I punch him? I'm kidding. That'll be a 26 to hit.
Oh, I guess actually the interesting thing to remember, you're climbing on top of the table, but he's under the table. So you don't even have to get
Oh.
on the table. You should just stand on the side of the table.
Okay, so let me move it then. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
There. Okay.
Okay, so that
So-
is a hit.
26 to hit. That'll
Yeah.
be 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay. He is resistant to 7 of that, so he takes 8.
8. Okay, and then I am going to.
Wait,
Hmm?
you can't die. Move away.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna go.
Some progress,
I
though.
also- What's my hit points right now? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna move away. So
I'd say move back to where you were.
yeah, I'm trying. There you go. And then for my last action, I go back to my space.
Okay.
The end of my
Strike,
turn.
strike and dash, strike and dash. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, you've noticed whenever he takes a stride action, he's only moving 10 feet. He's not fast by any means. All
And
right.
then he like grabs and like.
So that means we can run, guys. Run!
Yeah, just like go around. If he's slow, have him chase us and
Or,
then hit.
you know, run for your life like maybe.
Yeah.
'cause
Like
this-
kite him back.
Mukta.
Down.
This is the 5th round of combat, by the way. This is a long fight,
You
guys.
can't do it. Mukta, come on.
We would be at our break soon, but let me
Shut
ask you
that
guys:
bitch up.
would you want to pause here and take a break, or do
No.
you want to just
No.
no? Keep
No.
it rolling, keep it going.
Not
Like
for me.
it,
No.
bring it.
All right.
Agreed.
I'm going to step forward
Yep,
and strike with my rapier.
go for it. 24 is a miss.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Yeah.
Oh, you still got a hero point? Bring it. Bring
I
it.
had 2 left because
Yeah.
I
Listen,
got
You guys got so many hero points. I'm not keeping track of them. I trust you guys to keep track of all the hero points. At this point, you could have a hero point infinite and still be in trouble.
Wow.
Oh,
It's
no.
still get TK'd.
That's a critical miss.
Ooh.
Luckily, he does not have anything that he does back on a critical miss.
Alright, so that was 1. Second action, I'm going to...
Well, that was 2 actions, right?
No. Oh,
Move.
yeah, move. And then
Move,
third...
strike. Yeah.
Third action, I will, I am going to go across the table.
Yep.
Kite him back. Kite.
Make your acrobatics check to balance, because you're doing like a hop across. You're not just
Yep.
jumping up on it. Oh, yeah.
That is a 29.
Yeah, you look really awesome doing it, too.
I'm really good at running away.
Hitting.
That's my turn.
All right. Hal. I was taking a look at your spell list a second ago, and I was sad for you, but go ahead.
I don't have much.
I was thinking if you had any kind of AoE spell or anything, but I don't see anything.
Nothing like that. I just buff people. But all right, let me do this. Hal is going to use all 3 actions to do another magic missile with his last first level spell.
Okay, bring it.
All right, so that's 11.
Very cool. 11 points of damage. Blast, blast, blast. You're like carving out like entire divots of like leeches on his body. He's thinning out a bit. He's not bloodied yet.
Good luck, everybody. That's my turn.
We got this.
Last
All right.
inspired courage.
Start of Volluk's turn. He heals 7.
Courage.
So he heals back up. His eyes, he cannot turn away. He wants, as much as he wants to look away from you, Mukta, his like curse of being able to see everything around him at all times is backfiring here. He's making the will save again. That's a 3 plus 15 for 18. That's a critical failure. I don't know if there's a difference on critical fail.
He should be slowed like 4, right?
We should make it a crit. Yeah, no. But you know what? Fuck it. He's slowed 2 on a critical fail because he's extra in pain and agony about what he's done. He only has 1 action this turn, as like he cannot like get away from the agony of what he's become, and with his 1 action, because he doesn't have like anything else to do, he reaches out and he tries to hit you with his strike, Clovis.
Oh.
That is a 15. That's a 31 to hit. I think a 31.
No, I missed it. Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit, this is stupid. This is kind of dumb. Well, you know what? I
Not
think
a crit though,
this is a DM mistake, but it also makes sense because in the moment he's really messed up. So you take 2d8 plus 8 piercing damage at the end of your turn, Clovis, from the bleed. Okay, Clovis, it is your turn.
So what was my damage?
0.
Oh,
It's the leeches are on you. They're on your body. You feel them gnawing. It's persistent damage effect that's on you, but it won't trigger until the end of your turn.
Okay. All right, so let's try this and see what happens. Clovis is going to do Burning Hands.
Okay.
Let's go.
I think the cone is far enough away that, you know, you blast the whole dining table. Everything gets blown away. All the party guests, the corpses that are lying here in a giant inferno. He has to make a reflex save.
As long as he doesn't crit succeed. Oh my god.
That's a 36, and he critically succeeds.
He just, even for half damage would have been good, but
Right? Any bit of damage would have been good, but like on this case,
it was worth a shot.
it doesn't work.
Yeah,
So like
I mean,
you blast with the fire, and what you watch is like his body like just blows up into a cloud and goes and the fire like goes through. He makes a big hole through the middle of himself, and your cone burns through his body, and then it sucks back in. The table's burning. There's fire all over, and he is like fine as the room continues to burn.
Okay. Is there anything I can do for the persistent damage?
It's
Any checks to
it
get
takes
off
2
it?
actions.
There's 2 actions to get that? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I am going to raise my shield as he is right in my face.
And yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is the interesting question here, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So here's the interesting thing I want to say. This is where I think I messed up. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. In chat, feel free to bleed in, right? Bleed is a very specific kind of damage, right? It says like, no, I think. So here's my question. Because you're at full health and because bleed can be put away by healing someone to full health, shouldn't theoretically the bleed fail? Because Clovis is at full health?
He's not technically at full health.
Yeah, I'm 1 down with that ash.
Oh,
He's
you
at
are at
1
one down.
point
Oh, the
with
splash
acid
damage.
No.
Okay, so you're not at full health anyways. So either way, you take the 23 damage, Clovis, and now make the recovery check. I forgot you were not at full health.
All right. What's
Oh,
the
you know
recovery
what?
check?
You know what? I take it back. You are at full health. You know why?
Well,
Because your River Drake Hide gives you immunity to acid damage. Not immunity. It gives you. It gives you
Resistance?
resistance.
Resistance 1.
I gotta
It's like
remember that.
you're acid
Yes,
resistant.
Clovis or something.
So the splash didn't affect you.
No, I gotta remember that. Okay.
So yeah, so you're right. So in right because you're at full health, the bleed does nothing and the persistent condition ends.
Nice.
So you've also learned another thing here, which is
Yep.
how to stop
Acid.
bleed damage. All right, Nulara.
Okay. Same thing. First action, I'm gonna stride over to Volluk.
Also, just
Hey,
big
Clovis,
shout
you're
out to
doing
Hazel
so
Vine in chat for subbing. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow, but every time
Okay,
we get a
thank you,
sub, yeah.
Hazelvine.
Go ahead, Nulara.
Thank you.
This is for you. Hope it hits. Second action, hitting it with my
Nulara.
trident.
Get him.
24. That misses. It already says miss.
It does miss.
You know what? It's for Hazelvine, so I'm gonna use a hero point.
Let's
That
For
go.
the last one.
You can do it.
Let's go.
Ah,
Oh,
Little
it's
worse.
23. Okay, third action. I'm gonna look at Clovis. Clovis, are you okay, or do you want to run away? I mean, like run back to where we are.
Yeah, I probably will.
Okay.
I think I just shit myself, so I can't move.
Yeah, don't shit yourself. We got this. All right, I believe in you. I'll see you when you get there. And then I go back for my third action.
let's just go to his office and close the door.
Oh,
I know. Is there something in his office?
Shove that picture back up. You know what?
Guys, that's rough, but okay. So that's your turn, Nular.
Yep. Can't be flanked.
All right, Mukta.
All right.
I'm gifting 5 subs to everyone in chat. Thanks for hanging out with us in our finale in this intense fight, which may very well be our last.
For this party, at least.
Oh, guys, positive vibes.
Let's go.
I'm positive
Let's
you're about
go.
to,
You
to
got
wipe.
this.
Persistence. Remember,
on.
persistence, not power.
Yeah, persistence, right?
One bug
Give
at a
us-
time. One
Give
bug
us
at a
some
time.
wisdom, Clovis.
All right. Mukta is going to drop his rapier for a moment,
Okay.
pull out the dagger of venom,
Ooh.
and activate it. And that's all. That costs 2 actions. So pulling out is 1 action, activating is 2 actions.
Oh, wow.
Sweet. So it's
Okay.
activated now.
So I have the dagger of venom in one hand. I twist probably the snake head at the top to activate it, and I have the portrait held out still like a talisman in the other.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
So that's my turn for now.
Hal.
All right.
Yeah. Thank
All
you,
right, all right.
JBB33 Tista, for adding another sub on top of the sub gift train. You're awesome. Keep it going, Hal.
All right. Let us I'm going to use Soothe on Nulara, second level,
Okay.
so I can heal her up a little bit. Let's do more than 2. That is better. That is 20 healing.
20 is actually more than 2. It has a 0 at the end of it, but it's a lot bigger. 2.
And for my last action, I will sing that song those guys sang, "We Are the Champions," but maybe that will help us. And I'll do Inspire Defense one more time with my last.
Yep. Very good, because it was.
Recall knowledge, where we bring you such gems as 20 is bigger than 2.
Well, technically, it's a 2 and a 0, but it is bigger.
Yep. All right. Good luck.
How many rounds do we get that for?
Nope.
1 round? Damn it.
Just a 1 round thing? Okay. All right. Clovis. Nope, actually Volluk, right?
Nope,
Volluk again must make a will save. He's not feeling it. Critically. Oh wait, yeah, critically fails again. Like, nah, what have I become? Strikes out with his 1 action at Clovis. 26.
Fuck. By 1. Yep.
Oh god, it's the same problem. Your full health is not going to do a goddamn thing. Oh, what an idiot I am. This is literally me stressed out, but it makes sense because he critically failed again. All right, chat, please remind me not to screw up the next turn, okay? Because I just, yeah. Close.
Good.
Oh, the competition's ended? Oh, it was set to run for a certain amount of time. Is it really ended? Anyways, Clovis in chat.
Break.
What's that, Sid?
Clovis, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to take my acid attack. And that is a 23.
Should you stride first?
Oh, I can't get the damage. Remember, I'm immune.
All right, that's right.
I just did the exclamation point contest and it worked. So if you're in chat, do exclamation point contest. Okay, sorry.
I think 23 misses.
23 does miss. You are correct.
All right, I will take my hero point. And I'm gonna try it again.
Thank you, Hazelvine.
Whoops.
The first one was a natural 20, though.
It went from like the first one's a natural 20. That is a critical hit. Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, Clovis.
Let's go.
Let's go, Moshi.
Come on, Clovis.
Okay, so what spell is this?
Acid.
Acid Splash.
Acid Splash again. Okay, can you put it in chat? You did. Okay, so with a critical hit, he's going to take 1d6 acid damage plus 1 splash acid damage. So roll the damage on that. As well, because it's a crit, so he takes 11 damage. 11 damage from that. He also heals 7 from his turn. And he takes 1 more splash damage, which takes another 56. And he now has 1 persistent acid damage on him.
Being the complete noob, does that mean he takes 1 plus weakness?
Yes.
Whoa!
Yeah, he will
What does
tick.
that
He will
mean?
tick for 8 points of damage every turn until he gets rid of that.
Nice.
Nice.
Clovis, let's
Persistent.
go.
All right, so that's 2. So I will then. I'm only with 25, so that will be my turn.
All right, Nular. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I forgot. You got the thing on you, but you take no damage because you're at full health, so you're good.
No.
You didn't take the healing from Hal last turn, Nular?
No, sorry. Hang on. Because I had to pee.
Got it. It's fight's
How much
going
was
long.
it? How much was it?
20 points.
20?
It was
Very nice.
2-0, remember? Not 0-2. Not 0-2. It was 2-0.
Oh, 20? Okay. Wow,
Yeah,
Hal,
20.
thank you.
That is freaking awesome.
Okay. So, first action, I'm gonna stride to him. Okay. Let's do this. 2 actions, power attacking with my trident.
All right. Remember, don't stand on the table. Stand on the side of the table because he's under
right.
the table. Yeah. Power attack it is. Come on, guys. Make it count right here.
Let's
If you
go.
have positive vibes,
Come
you know
on,
what? Before you
Pharasma.
roll, yeah, go ahead. Pray to Pharasma.
Yeah, come on, Pharasma. Thank you very much.
You
You
mo
made
goi
me
goi
live
fai chi
again.
chao. You mo goi
It
goi
would
fai
be
chi
such a
chao.
waste if I died again and I haven't completed your purpose yet.
Everyone in chat,
So-
before you roll, I was gonna say preemptive Nulara, Chris in chat. Do you have a hero point?
Oh, wait, hang on. How many have I used? 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I think someone's given you some, right?
Who?
I don't know. Someone give it a hero point.
I gave her one earlier. I don't know. Did you take that one I gave you?
I think
I
she's
took one
I think
that
you
Hal
those
took.
all, yeah.
Yeah, I gave her one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Nope.
not at the very beginning, just recently.
Well, unfortunately, a 15 misses. I am sorry.
No worries.
It's a critical
But
miss.
I'm right here.
Yep,
It's
you're there now.
okay. That's the end of my turn.
Mukta, the portrait's doing a lot of work, doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I don't get flanking anyway.
No.
But I'm going to strike with the dagger of venom.
Okay, it's a +1 striking dagger. That's a good sign. Go ahead, make that attack.
Alright.
So I think the interesting thing is he's like under the table. He's like a mass of like leeches, and so maybe that's why you have a hard time swinging under the table, Nulara, because the table's like blocking your. What was your trident attack? A 20's gonna miss, Mukta.
I have one more hero point.
Come on.
I'm going to use.
Crits in chat. Just send them because we know that they're gonna need. We're gonna need them, so let's send them because we got a
Here.
crit coming here.
Come on.
Because if we don't,
No. 24.
24
Always
is a
like
miss.
one short.
Yep, they need that inspire courage.
So that was 1, 2. Third action,
getting
I'm
it-
just going to move back. I don't have.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm getting exhausted for you.
That's my turn.
How?
All right. I cannot heighten my magic missile. I have one more second level spell slot. Can I cast it at first level, or is it Titan 2 only cast at third level?
So the way it works is, unless it's one of your, is it your signature spell?
No, it is not.
Okay, so then you can't cast it at a different level than it's prepared at.
All right, perfect.
Let me ask you this: what are
Um,
your 2 signature spells?
Suze and nothing.
Suze is like a
Healing spell.
It's a first level spell. You don't have any of your second
Yep.
level. Oh, yeah, you don't have any of your. So, if you'd like to make Magic Missile your second signature spell, it will allow you to boost it.
My dumbass would do that.
So, toggle the little star next to Magic Missile. I'll do it for you. Now, Soothe is a
It
signature
toggled.
spell.
That's weird. It was toggled on my end before you toggled it, but it wasn't
Interesting.
showing
Yeah,
up under
weird, right?
second level.
Oh yeah. That's true. So now that you have a second level signature spell, that means you can heighten it at will. Why don't you cast it at second level?
I will use all 3 actions to blast this guy while he scrolls around under the table.
So with the heightened, it should be 4d4 plus 4, right? Oh, heightened at level 2 doesn't. It has to be heightened by plus
doesn't
2 to do anything. Yeah,
yeah.
it just lets you use it. Okay, I see.
All right, that is 12 points of force damage.
I will say, as you blast, and crater into Volluk, you have bloodied the man.
Perfect. Since I
So
don't
he
have any more
heals up
spells left.
again.
Is my turn?
And now at Volluk's turn, let's heal 7 from his fast healing. He's no longer bloody
Does he take the persistent damage now or at the end of his turn?
at the end of his turn.
Mm,
He makes a
So
will
let's make
save.
that will save.
damn.
28
he
is
succeeds.
exactly what he needed. So he snaps out of it. He gets all 3 of his actions. He spins like he actually he strides here. He can't see you guys from the table, so he's gonna stride away, which will trigger an opportunity attack from Nulara.
Okay. That would be. It says a miss. 23.
23 is a miss. So he strides away from Nulara, who can't quite hit with the table. He lands here. He turns. He's looking at Mukta, Clovis, and Hal. He opens his mouth and he belches a swarm of leeches across the room.
Yeah, that will get all of us, I'm pretty sure.
Leech swarm. He casts vomit swarm over everyone. Can you all make reflex saving throws?
You got this, guys.
Why reflex? I can do that.
Nice.
Oh, come on, this dude.
Oh my gosh!
That is 3 crits. That is unbelievable. He should die for that.
Guys, that was 3 critical saves in a row.
That should like blow up. That whole thing should blow
29,
up on him.
33, and 28. This thing belches a huge swarm of leeches. You've all critically succeeded and taken a total of 0 damage.
I want to see those crits in chat, people.
Wow.
Let's see it. I want to-
amazing.
Crit wall, let's go.
This
I
triple
think the vote
save,
should turn on him.
this triple
Come
critical
on.
success brought to you by the Rollsmith.
Yes.
I think we should all get a hero point for.
You know what,
triple
guys?
crit.
We've had terribly bad roll luck on this show, and now we've had terribly good roll luck on this show. Why can't we just have it normal?
That seemed pretty heroic. You're right, Clovis. That seemed pretty heroic.
Very heroic.
Oh,
I
God.
think that should be
Everyone,
Me too.
including Nulara, take a hero
Yes.
point for that save because,
Yeah.
geez,
That
if that's not
guy-
heroic, I don't know what
That
is.
was amazing.
I
That
don't
was
know what would.
amazing.
I don't think we can do that again. However long we play.
No.
One
At the-
in a.
At the end of his
billion?
turn, he takes the persistent damage. It's 1 damage, but that's 8 because of the acid that's burning him. Oops. Let me see. So, come on. So that's 8 damage he takes, and he failed. He rolled a 10 on his persistent damage to get the poison off him. So he's still being eaten. Like the acid is just eating away at the leeches.
Nice.
Clovis, you're up.
Why, Clovis?
Okay.
Sit splash. Let's go.
Lois is gonna splish splash. Splish splash. I was remember.
Oof.
Hero point.
Yep, I'm gonna
You
use
got a
the
hero.
hero
You
point
got a
to-
hero point. You might as well use it.
Yep, I got 2, but I'm gonna use that one we just got. So
Somebody in chat has to clip that. That was.
Come on, critical hit.
Yes! Clovis! I fucking love you right now.
That's another crit.
Yes!
Roll that
baby.
damage. Roll that
Clovis!
damage. Roll the critical damage.
Clovis the hero!
Oh, you know what? Actually, are you rolling critical damage?
I don't.
No, I
No.
don't think so. Anytime the
No.
critical damage on.
Nope.
Have you been doubling it though?
No.
I thought you did last time, but you just told me to roll damage. Yeah, but well, that's right. You didn't.
I guess
So
I
it
guess
just
I
says
could just.
damage. So where do I change the critical damage?
I'm not sure how it works with spells. Usually when you do it in this.
On the critical assess.
Oh,
it's
that's
the
right. You know what?
Persistent damage is the crit.
But is that all it is? But even yeah, is it a basic reflex save?
On a critical.
Oh, you're
success, the
right.
target
It's not
also
a- it's
takes
not a
one
ba-
persistent.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does say make a spell attack. Do you guys in chat think that it should do double damage on a critical hit, other than the persistent damage? Is it double damage and persistent, or is it just persistent damage as the double? I'm gonna assign double damage for now. It's fine. I know
You
the
said,
spell spell things does come through. So
Frag guy said that it's not in the system. No, that was criminal matrix. So you have to hit the double damage.
so he's gonna
on
take
the-
8 damage from
target.
that, plus 7 more from the weakness he has, taking him down to quite a bit. He's definitely bloodied. The persistent damage doesn't stack, so he cannot be persistent damage more than he already
that
is.
question. Does it stack?
That's the
would be
downside, yeah.
awesome.
So,
But
you know what? I need to go back because he should have taken more damage last turn too.
Yep.
But that's
Should
fine.
have doubled.
So you still have,
double whatever that was.
you still have one more action.
Yeah, I just raised my shield.
Perfect. All right, end your turn. Nulara.
Okay, first action striding to here.
So he's gonna take 4 more damage
Right
from
behind
last
him.
turn.
And
Okay.
then power attacking again. I'm gonna try and power attack him again with my trident.
Nulara crits in chat. We've got like almost 5
Come
crits in
on,
a row, 4 or
we're
5
crit
crits in
now.
a row.
Let's go.
Well, it's not a crit, but it is a
We'll
hit.
take it. We'll take
It's
it.
a power attack too.
It is a power
so
attack.
That's going to be 15 points of piercing damage.
You did more damage with your regular attack. You did the same amount as with your regular attack as last
I
time.
know, it's a 7-2-2.
That's terrible damage roll. So he is resistant to 7, so he takes 8.
8.
We'll take it.
We'll take it
Remember,
at this point. All right.
persistence, guys.
Persistence, yes.
One bug at a time.
Yes, Clovis! I believe in you!
I am so amazed at how this has turned around.
Don't jinx us.
Jeez, I thought you guys were done. Okay. Anything else, Nular? That was all your turn, right?
Yes, 2 actions.
We are at the top of round 8. This is by
Hey.
far one of the craziest fights we've done. Mukta.
I mean, 3 natural 20s.
Mukta.
All right.
And he's still bleeding, right?
He is still burning from the acid, yeah.
No,
Nice.
bleeding though.
Bleeding
He's
from
bloodied, not bloody.
He's
Not
bloody.
Sorry. Yeah, bad choice of words. Sorry.
bleeding is a very
Bloody.
specific thing. Bloody
No,
isn't really a
I-
thing, but it's just a house kind of thing that we
so
say.
you know he's still at half.
For anyone that's unaware, bloodied means they're at half health or less, just as an
Yeah.
indicator. To
I know he
PCs.
heals, so that's why I was kind of asking.
All right.
Come on, Mukta.
I'm going to strike with the dagger of venom.
Go for it. Not flat-footed, unfortunately, but
Not flat-footed, but
oh, that's a hit.
that's a 28.
28 will do it.
Nice.
All right. Not a crit though, but that's fine. Hold on. Let me read this. Make sure. So activate. You damage the creature. So I'm going to roll the damage and then I'll read out what you have to do.
Perfect. Do you roll 2
It has a
ones?
striking
Two-
rune too.
That's yeah. It did 2d4, which is decent. 2 and a 1 is not a decent roll though. So it's
That's-
7 points of striking damage, right? He
Mhm.
is resistant 7, so your dagger strike does nothing.
That's fine. I need him to make a fortitude saving throw, please.
Is it a poison effect?
Yes.
Mukta, I don't know how to apologize to you more than I already have. He is immune to poison damage.
No!
I had to give it a try. I had to give it a try.
You did. You had to.
You did. Unfortunately, it doesn't take effect. Put it in chat because I want to see what it's supposed to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't do whatever it's supposed to do.
How can I link this in chat?
Just click on the picture.
There we go.
So that was the activate. You poison the creature you hit. Yeah, so he would be poisoned, but he's immune to poison, so it doesn't do anything.
Cool.
Sorry. This is
Good
like the
try, good try.
anti-Mukta fight.
Really
last-
is.
The last couple of fights have been.
really is.
What you need to do, go back to
Does it,
town and load up with like a bunch of like alchemical bombs from Aurelia's shop, just so you have some options.
Third action, I'm going to stride back.
All right, Hal.
All right, I will sing song a little bit more and do inspire defense one more time. To
Okay.
keep it going.
Just
I
the
will
one turn
do-
version.
Yep, I don't have any more focus points.
Oh, yep. All right, one turn version. Go ahead and add those.
And I will do, let's just say, electric arc. He needs to make a DC 20 basic, but at least, maybe something happens.
No, that's a critical
Burns those.
success. Sorry.
All right. Is that my turn?
Okay. Volluk. So Volluk heals 7 at the start of his turn.
Mhm.
Do
I
that
still
real
have the
quick.
portrait out.
You have the portrait out. He can't look away as much as he wants to. He can't look away, so he has to make a will save. Oh, that's a 32. That's a success.
Look at it. Look at your photo. That's you.
I've toyed with you enough. And he vomit swarms again. This is his second level spell slot he's using. Guys,
Does
If you-
Nilara
Is
get
this
a...
a spell? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Chance
sorry.
to crit him?
This is a spell. So this is he is using it is it's somatic, which means you do get a chance to interrupt it with your opportunity attack. Thank you for calling that out. Hal, take a hero point for pointing it out.
Hal.
That'll be 28.
It's a hit, but not a crit, so it doesn't interrupt it. But go ahead and roll your
Okay.
damage.
That'll be 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay, reduce to 7.
Mhm.
Make it persistent.
I need all of you guys to make a reflex save. Now,
Come on.
there's no way in the history of this game you would all roll natural 20s again.
All right.
Oh, okay.
We have a hero point.
Fail, fail, fail. Chronal Matrix, subscribe. Thank you.
I'm going to use.
Hero
Oh, do I
point.
have a hero point?
Karate Kid's
Let me-
forwarding the
I
gift
have
sub to
one left.
Chronal
So
Matrix
my
from
last hero
Drouser.
point
That's awesome.
now.
Mike, you got
I've
one
got-
too.
I've got one more. So
Is that
Success,
26?
success.
Nice.
that's a 20. At least it wasn't a natural one.
At least not a crit fail. So, it's 11 piercing damage if you failed, and it's 5 damage if you succeeded.
11. All right.
And then, man, he's in bad shape.
How many actions was that spell? Ooh, natural one.
What was that even for? Just a random attack roll. Okay, I guess the only thing he can do is spin around and strike at Nulara.
Mhm.
Does a 24 hit?
Hits. Yeah, that hits.
It does hit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was a 6. Okay. So you are going to take 2d8 plus 8. You're not taking the damage, it's just the persistent damage effect goes on you. The leeches are on you again. You are now being chewed by them. That's
Okay.
it. And at the end of Volluk's turn, he takes 1 point of acid damage, which increases to 8. But he rolled a natural 20 on his save, the flat effect, so he's no longer being like burned alive by acid.
Until Clovis's turn again.
And Clovis, it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh
If it
my
ain't
god.
broke, don't fix it.
Good stuff.
Acid splash again. Okay.
Right before he does it, Clovis looks over to Mukta really quietly. Hopefully, Hal doesn't see. Look at him and say, "You remember that doll you took?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll have an effect."
All right.
A 28 will hit.
Let's go, Clovis.
I know. Let's go, Clovis. Saving our assets.
6 plus 7 is
7,
13
right?
points of damage.
Howdy doody doody.
Clovis, you
Howdy
reach
doody
out.
doody.
The acid splash hits the mat of writhing leeches and hits. Something screams in agony as the whole room fills with pain. The chandeliers with the torches begin to shudder from the wind, and the whole thing collapses into a pile on the ground. The humanoid shape is gone. It is now just a bundle of writhing leeches on the floor. And immediately you all watch as these leeches begin to scatter in every direction they can. They're trying to, they're crawling through your legs and they're crawling for every crack in this room.
Step on him!
Pumping
Step
my
on him!
feet as much as I
Step
can.
on him!
Yeah, I'm trying to stomp as many leeches that go by me.
Yep. I mean, that's fine. We're still in combat. Nulara. Close, that was, you still have one more action possibly?
I put my shield up.
Put your shield up. Okay. Nulara.
2 actions to get to try and recover.
Perfect. Make the extra check. Just make a DC 20 flat
D20.
check.
That would be a 5.
You are unable to stem the bleeding.
Okay, and then can I don't know, stab at these leeches that are crawling all over my feet?
Yeah.
What do I even?
Don't stab your foot.
Make an attack roll.
25.
Yeah, there's tons of leeches. With a 25, you get you probably get a good 10, 12 of these 1,000 leeches stomped out.
Burn I yell out.
Muted Hal. But Nular, okay. Let's roll. At the end of your turn, you're going to take the persistent damage.
Hopefully somebody has some fire.
You bleed for 15 points of damage. Please make the recovery check.
Oh, I do another one? Okay.
Yep. You get a bonus
11.
one for the 2 actions. You can, but you still get the
okay.
normal one. So okay, it stays on. You're still bleeding. All right, Mukta.
All right, so there's no more target right in front of Nilara, so there's just leeches everywhere.
Yeah, like Volluk's gone. Where he was, this like writhing math. They're not fast, right? They're kind of slow because they're leeches, but they're crawling in every direction as fast as they can away from the square in every direction.
So he's still here somewhere.
Yeah, or they're gonna all come back together and form him against someone. If we don't kill him, do something.
I'm just going to, I guess, try to stab as many as I can. I don't know.
Sure, make the attack roll.
I still have the dagger of venom out. A lot of good that's doing me.
It's just a...
That's a 23.
Yeah, you kill. You're like stabbing with the dagger. You kill about 6 leeches.
All right, and then second
They're-
action, I'm going
they're-
to
instead of-
stride forward.
Instead of 980, there's about 953 now.
Going to stride forward
Oh, 973. Sorry.
into the mass that was him before,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to search through to see if there's anything there.
All right, give me the perception check.
That's a 19.
You're like pushing through the swarm into his pockets, into his clothes, anything you could find that might help control this, give you any sign. All you find digging through the pile is more leeches. One of them bites your skin. You don't take damage, but bites down on your skin. You like knock it off.
You little bastard. And that's my turn.
All right, Hal.
Can I dig through my pack for a torch?
So
And
if it's
get my
on on your backpack, it takes 1 action to get the bag off,
Yeah.
and then a second action to dig it out. That's fine.
Okay, and the flint and steel.
Yep.
Somebody lights them on fire.
There are chandeliers in this room hanging above the table that have like burning like fire. as
Oh,
well.
they have burning stuff?
Yeah, it's not
I
magical.
bet
This
I
is
have to-
actual flame.
Yeah. I would have to walk up to them, so that's 2 actions. 1 to walk up. It's the same thing, really. Yeah. That's where I am. I say, I'll tell Globus, light the torch on the chandelier and burn all those bugs.
Good idea. Will do.
I feel like Clovis is the one person here that has something he can actually do against the swarm. So Volluk, it doesn't have a turn, but you can see like now that it's been 1 round, the pile is thinning. They're crawling a little further away from where they were. Some of them are starting to almost get to the door way behind you. Some of them are getting towards like the hallway out. Some are heading down towards the kitchen. They are definitely starting to crawl. Some of them are finding their way towards the little cracks in the wall and just squirming through the littlest crack they can. You guys estimate you have 1 more round to take care of this. Luckily, they're slow, and you get 1 more round. Clovis.
Okay. Clovis is going to take his torch out of his backpack.
Okay.
That's an action.
2
That's
actions.
2 actions, right? 1 action to take your
actions.
backpack off. A second action. You can just take the one that Hal's holding. Right, Hal's holding 1 out. He took 2 actions to pull the flint and steel and the torch out, right? To get into your backpack, it takes 1 action to take the backpack
Yep.
off.
So
A second action
Okay.
to dig through it. Plus, you don't have any free hands because you have a shield and a staff, right?
right. So I come over to Hal and take the torch from him.
So you're gonna drop your staff.
Yep.
Okay. Staff goes drop. You grab the unlit torch in his hand.
Can I reach where I'm at to go up and light it from where I'm at?
I mean, Hal's holding the flint and steel. How are you gonna light it? Oh, you're gonna climb up on the table.
Yep.
So yeah.
Can
so,
I reach
so
up
at
there
the-
to?
At this point, you've taken 1 action. No, you'd have to crawl on top of the table.
Okay. Yeah, but if I get the flint from him, so if I get the flint from him, I could just light that right now, right?
Can you
Well-
just burn them with your hands again?
Yeah.
No,
or like
I'm
an
a,
acid splash.
I'm a druid. It's already. I can do acid splash, but I've already used the burn. So I can't light the torch with the burn. I can't burn them.
I have an idea.
Honestly,
with
this
the
is a
fire.
swarming mass of maggots, right? You know he was weak to the acid splash when he was in this form. There's no reason not to think it wouldn't be effective now.
Why change what I've been doing, right? So,
well,
okay,
the only thing is Mukta's standing right in the midst of it, so you're gonna have to like
Do
hit
it.
the square Mukta's on.
Yeah.
Do
It's
it.
not targeting him, but it's gonna splash onto them, right?
Mukta does not care. He's
Okay,
without
so-
like, digging through.
I don't want you to make an attack roll.
Oh,
Can you? So in this instance, it's a very special kind of circumstance. You hit this thing with an acid splash, it hits, right?
Okay.
Can you make me a DC 20 flat check?
Okay, DC 20 flat check.
Just roll a D20. In this case, in order to defeat this swarm, you need to roll a 15.
Fine.
17 will do it. So as the leashes
MVP.
begin to
MVP.
as the leashes begin crawling away, Clovis reaches out. He's holding the torch. He says, "What am I doing?" Drops it. Uses the torch as like a focus. Your spell leash yeah. Anyways, the spell flies out, hits the pile of leeches right in the center. The splash goes out, hits Nulara, hits Mukta. They all both take 1 point of damage, but with that DC 17 flat check, every single leech is enveloped by the acid splash, and they all burn away. There's one last one that's like getting ready to crawl into the wall, and Mukta reaches out and goes and like squishes it with his boot. Yes!
Beats it to Clovis.
Clovis!
And
Oh my god.
in the battle against Volluk Azrinae,
Holy shit.
players, I don't know. I thought it was donezo around 2 or 3 rounds in. You guys
So
pulled
did
it
I.
around.
Yeah, the
I don't know
recall
how-
knowledge. The recall knowledge was huge. in
And the
this
2 critical
particular-
fails and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There was
No,
a
but I
lot
mean,
of
just
things that had to go
Critical
perfect for you
hits
guys.
and-
Yep.
The
Oh.
3 natural 20s to save on
3
that
natural
swarm.
20s. Oh my goodness.
Guys,
I mean, that's just
what
unbelievable.
time is it? Jeez.
9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. So, guys, go ahead. Oh, Fry Guy was never worried.
Thanks, Fry Guy.
Oh, thank you, man.
Guys,
I'm
we've
glad.
earned this break. Take a deep breath. Let's take our break. Oh my god. And in our poll, like online, like nobody had faith in you, Clovis. We put a poll up
Mushi!
and asked who would get the killing
yeah.
blow, and everyone thought it was going to be Nulara, but in the end, it was Clovis. Ah.
Nice.
Woo! Hey, you know what? I'm so glad.
Mukta
This is a
stepped
great
on that
story.
last leech.
This was a great story. This was an epic showdown. So, just as a reminder, we do have an active contest to win your own virtual dice from the Rollsmith. All you need to do is follow us on Twitch and type !contest in chat right now to enter. The drawing will be at the conclusion of the episode in about an hour. We'll be back in 10 minutes with more Abomination Vaults. Don't go anywhere.
Ah, we did it!
Let's go.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight, man.
All right, guys, did you get a
Tired.
good enough break there? Yeah, no kidding, right? Like,
Worn out.
it's pretty exhausting dealing with that fight. Like, we went on for 2 hours, which was a long time, about as long as our fight the other week. But I don't know, something about this one. I think it's because I thought we were done, guys.
Oh,
If you'd have kept rolling
faith.
20s, we would have died.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
faith
Thank God it
of
changed.
everyone.
The chat energy. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yes. It was all of them out there.
That's
the
true.
And the
faith
hero
of
point.
not making backup characters.
Yeah, a big part of this was chat, absolutely,
Yep. And hero points.
and hero points.
So thanks for the hero points, guys.
Yes.
My computer's like having a hiccup right now. It got exhausted from the fight too. I don't know what's going on with my tabs.
Looks good to me.
Looks
More
good on
role
stream.
play.
That's all that matters. Okay.
Yep.
So, as we come back from break, the camera fades in, We have an exhausted group of people, eyes looking at each other. There's a moment of celebration, embrace, happy energy as Clovis finishes off the leeches. Volluk, the guardian of the lighthouse, the one that you've been hearing about since you first poked your nose into his workshop, is no more. But you've heard from Otari. There is an anchor. Somebody here, anchored at the base of this lighthouse, his soul, his life force powering it, that still needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, we need to go where he came from. Maybe there's something.
Yeah,
It's probably like you said, that lady's
Bro, of the
son.
sun.
And as Mukta is squishing that last leech under his foot, under his boot, grinding into the ground, he's going to look up and go, "That's for you, Borbo."
Very, very nice callback there.
Very cool.
So as this fight sort of ends, we step into like the office that he was in, right? Like he never, he came out of the office, fought you guys in the dining room, but beyond with the lights floating in, you can see there's actually a blue lantern putting off like light. It's just sitting on his desk. The walls of this large chamber are hung with grisly paintings depicting various spectral beings cavorting amongst ruined neighborhoods, overgrown swamps, and foggy graveyards. 3 large overstuffed chairs pair with the small end tables, upon which sit empty wine glasses. To the south stands a cluttered writing desk with its own chair, while a large iron tub to the west is visible between standing screens depicting shadowy marshes. And you step into the room looking at this sort of scene in front of you. The first thing you notice, spread across the desk that Volluk was sitting at, tons of papers, tons of writings. There's a lot of like interesting things just visible on the top of his desk. So I will reveal this desktop token and give you guys a chance to maybe like peek through it, right? So the lantern is obviously a magical effect. It's a magical item. How you put out the detect magic, boom, it lights up in this room. Like there's a strong magical presence here. You quickly narrow it down to that lantern.
This lantern, this sickly green energy coming from it, but it does have
Blue,
some magic
yeah.
there.
Is it blue? Is it green?
That's what I mean. Green, blue.
Green. We just learned How's colorblind. Interesting twist.
It is true. I have a good ear for the music, not a good eye for the colors.
Okay.
I
So
heard that if one sense goes down, the other one gets better.
So
I have a
this
sense that you're right.
This lantern is definitely magical if somebody wants to take that into their possession. There's 3 scrolls on the desk that you guys can take to like study later. We get a quick montage of somebody later pouring through them. One is a scroll of comprehend languages. One is a scroll of paralyze. And the last one, it's a grisly spell. It's horrible. How you instantly recognize it as you guys kind of pour over the arcane magic. It's the spell that Volluk used on you where your worms went in your skin. It's Worms Repath. It is an occult primal spell that both Hal and Clovis could add to their repertoire with a little bit of downtime spent uncovering its secrets. But the most interesting, so as Hal and Clovis are kind of looking at these spells that they can then add, later, Mukta is going to have an interesting moment because Mukta goes to the desk and you see him picking up what looks to be 3 maps that completely show the layout of the Gauntlet itself. So if you guys look at the maps of the Gauntlet item, embedded in the description are links to 3 maps that you guys can see. So the map shows the full layout of the first 3 levels of this dungeon, including all of the secret doors and the places that you didn't fully get to explore.
This is perfect.
This is
And
good.
It's everything. It's no more fumbling about anymore. We know where to go.
So what was behind that door that you could not live without up in the other top levels? That one you wanted to pull us through it?
Which one?
There were so many.
That one. That one you really wanted to go through. I remember there was one, I think we were by the in the chapel, maybe. You're like, I got to go through this. And we went in and ended up going around to the island. What's this behind that door?
I have to see. Let me take a look.
Yeah, you can pour over it. Like there's that one secret door that led down. It actually looks like it leads to like in the first map or the second map, it leads to like a collection of kind of like a small office kind of rooms with like a bunch of chairs and tables with like desks and overstuffed chairs. So it was like a set of secret rooms behind the wall when you guys explore level 2, which as you're putting the pieces together, it kind of looks like you guys passed it and never even noticed the secret doors were there. The very interesting thing as you're pouring over, though, the one thing that catches your guys' eye the most is on the map of the 3rd level where the Cult of the Canker would be. There is a secret door in that room. You guys searched it very thoroughly. It's circled with big red pen and written, it says Mistress's Private Collection.
Mukta's eyes sparkle a bit when he sees that. Looks like we're going back to visit Canker.
And the unfortunate thing is there is no map of this level you're on. But in this moment, as you're kind of pouring over the maps and talking, you all hear a loud, agonizing scream that fills the room and then passes.
The office.
That wasn't one of us, right?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, in the office. It sounded like it came from the east.
Maybe
Hello?
something's behind that door. That foldable curtain, partition, whatever it might be.
There's a bit of a slimy tub back here, Nulara, as you kind of come around the screen. You're looking down. You see an iron freestanding bathtub here, just covered with a little bit of like black sludge and filth and mold that's grown over many, many years. And then, why don't you since you're over there investigating, why don't you make me a perception check?
Perception. Sorry, I clicked it.
Yep, I see it. It got an 11.
Oh, okay.
So it was almost a natural 20 for a second, and then it wasn't. So,
Oh.
So yeah, unfortunately, as you make that search, you look back here. There's a bathtub. There's a screen. There's no door over there. You don't see anything apparent.
Mukta, hearing that scream and where it came from, is going to search around as well.
Yep. Why don't you go ahead and make me that perception check?
Did anybody pick up the lantern?
I imagine you guys are also getting a refocus point, just getting your resources back. I don't think anyone's picked up the lantern yet. Has anyone taken the lantern?
No.
I'll go pick it up and see how it works.
Are you an expert in that, Mukta? So I can follow the expert and give you some points.
Yes, I am an expert in perception, yes.
Yep, so lantern, empty light. You can go ahead and, like, in this moment right now, Hal, you're not going to really understand all of the magical artifacts with it, but as you spend some time with it, you will. So if you want to go ahead and just take a look at it so you know what you're dealing with, it's going to come, it's an interesting item. So
I just want to light it up so I can see around that corner. Yeah,
it's already lit up. There's like a shield on it that you can close and open, but the flame inside doesn't go away. So you can just like lift it up and there's this weird sickly blue light coming out of it. Mukta, like in looking around and like with Clovis, like doing the follow the expert, like just following Mukta going, yeah, like that, looking like that, right? Like you find there's a big oversized painting on the wall, Mukta, like right there, that somehow Nulara didn't really think much of. But as you look at it, there is a this like giant oversized graveyard swampy ghostly thing, and there is very obviously to you like some hinges on the side, and you just like get your dagger and pry it, and the whole thing swings open and just reveals a door behind it.
These cliched rich villains always hide things behind paintings, and I'm
just looking in the tub like a dumbass.
Yep. And so So yeah, you kind of like take the door, you search it, everything looks clear. You open it. There's like a second door, a small tiny hallway with another door at the other end.
Could I get some light in here, please?
Well, the interesting
I
thing
will,
too, at the end of the next doorway, you see a pulsing blue light coming out from the bottom of the door frame, right underneath the wood.
All right. Well, I will
blue-
check the door.
Another blue
I
light.
will shine my light. 'Cause it is a bullseye lantern as well.
Mhm.
I'm like opening it, closing it, opening it, closing it.
Yep, it turns on and off, like pretty cool. So, Mukta, the door looks clear. You open it cautiously, and as you push it opens into another large circular chamber. You've seen many of these before coming down. The walls of this circular chamber are smooth and gray. A flickering, nauseating ribbon of pale blue light churns in the center of the room. Where the light touches the ceiling, the stone bubbles as if it were infected flesh. Below the light bathes a screaming, thrashing dwarf bound onto the metal table, his body covered in blisters.
All right, we got to get,
You found the source of the
go,
scream.
friend.
Yeah,
Well-
Mukta will rush forward and try to cut the binds.
Yep. So it's in metal manacles, so there's no cutting,
Ah.
right? They're like metal hand cuts, so you're looking at it.
Right,
As
well, I
well,
will come
the energy
to,
comes down and bathes him and bathes the whole table. There's no way to get in there without reaching into the light either.
Can't you like undo it with that stuff Otari just gave you? Like
Yeah, I will.
lockpick and the key and the magical stuff, whatever you guys use.
Screaming,
Yeah.
writhing in agony, you know.
Another scream. Mukta like hesitates for a moment, trying to figure.
It's not
trying
just
to figure
another
out how to
scream.
block
The
the light.
screams don't stop.
All right, I will attempt to pick the locks on the manacles.
Go, man, go. And I will slap him on the rat behind. Go get him
Guidance. All right.
and hit him with the guidance.
So Mukta, you dash forward. You reach in, give a little like work on the manacles.
I run in.
Yep. So, all right, that is a. I'm using the Otari's thieves tools for this.
Okay. They're like infiltrated tools.
It's a +1.
You can feel Otari kind of here with you in this moment. Like you don't hear his voice really, but there's some little part of you deep inside of you that can feel that he's with you, guiding
And
your
then
hands.
+1 circumstance
with his tools.
bonus.
I'm still following the expert, so it's still +2 to you too.
Following
Is
the
that a
expert,
circumstance bonus?
following the expert
Or-
gives you +2. Following Mukta's lead, Clovis. So if you
Yeah.
if you got these tools and you want to follow
Oh.
his lead and try to pick these,
I got you. I thought I was giving him +2 by following. and
He
kinda
gives
aiding
you
him.
+2 by
I got
following
you.
him.
Okay.
That is a 32.
Oh, that's a
Good
critical
job.
success. Like you make really short work of it. You spend the least amount of time you can. One of the 4 manacles pops open, and as you're reaching in, can you make? Let me just see.
The lights come and get you.
Yeah, possibly.
Come on, you can lock it.
You know what? Because you made a critical success of it, I'm just instead of like micromanaging this, part of this, it doesn't matter. The point is, with a critical success, Mukta in a blur of like rat energy goes around, reaches in, picks each lock, pop, 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 pop. All 4 manacles pop off. You take no damage from the like necromantic energy flowing through. Nular is able to rush up and scoop this dwarven man like off the table and out of the light. And as you do, you pull him out and place him on the floor. The energy like kind of like dims down a bit, and it's like immediately zoom stops, and the beam goes to the ceiling. Zoom stops. Up
Clovis, do you have
above,
any
we
of your-
can't see, but from outside the lighthouse, the faint blue glow in the top of the lighthouse zoom stops.
Clovis, do you have any of those good berries for all these blisters?
I
His
pull out
eyes-
a.
His eyes have rolled
minor
back in
healing
his
potion.
head. He's like lying there unconscious.
Yeah, save that. Save that, Mukta. I got some good berries for him. I can get back.
Hey, friend, wake up. Wake up.
You feed him a good berry, massage it in his mouth. The juices run down to heal him.
It's, 2 good berries.
It heals him. He's still like stammering. He's unconscious. It doesn't seem like whatever's happened is a damage effect. Something else is happening to him.
Maybe
It's not
mental.
working.
Can you figure out
Maybe
how
some
long he
psychic
has?
damage.
Because maybe, what if we rush to Rin?
I think we should get him out of here right away.
Yeah.
So you scoop him up. You begin rushing out up towards town.
Fireman carry.
Yep. As you're as you get like just towards the dining hall, you hear like he's stammering, he's stuttering. He's like, put me down, please.
If you die, okay. Gently.
He's caught his breath. His eyes have like opened a bit. He's got sweat dropping down his brow. Where are we? Oh,
we're in the Gauntlight. The lighthouse.
his eyes. I remember a hooded figure. That's all I remember.
What's your name, friend?
Lazda. Sorry. Lazda Vankervel.
Eldest boy.
I run. You know my mom?
Yeah, she's been looking for you.
Leave it to my mom to worry you. You're gone a day or two, and she immediately starts to get concerned.
Friend,
He's
you've
been
been
gone
gone a
longer than a
month.
couple of days, yeah.
He coughs. He's like weak. He reaches up, Nulara, to ask you to like kind of help him to his feet.
Yeah.
He needs a little help steadying, but he's tough. Still covered in blisters. He's like, I guess it's fortunate I don't remember a lot of these days I've been down here. But who are you guys?
Heroes of Otari.
Yeah, that's right. You can just call us Hot for short. Sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, we're hot.
You are all very hot.
Maybe that's Hoot. Anyways, you know what I mean.
Please, can you take me to my mother?
Of course, yeah. Yeah. She'll be so excited to see you. Wait, can someone figure out if this dude's gonna die?
Can I do a recall knowledge to see what's wrong with him?
Yeah, give me a recall knowledge, medicine, or religion. I mean, you pick a skill that you think is appropriate, and we'll
Maybe Arcana to see what the light was doing to him.
Sure.
I think that one okay. All
I will
right,
say
let's
just from
see.
like so you make a recall knowledge check because everyone's watching this too. Like
That is a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yes!
For house.
Or a 26. I'm not sure if that's a critical,
Okay.
but sounds good to me.
So as you
Natural.
like
Go.
as you look at like his flesh, the way it's blistered, the setup of the room with the light and this whole contraption. This light, I mean, you guys have seen, this light has the power to heal the undead. You've seen the undead bathe in the light and heal themselves before. It's the same light, right? But, you know, to your flesh, you would expect it to damage it. But something about him, some ritual they put, something that anchored him here, this thing not only killed him, it healed him at the same time. So it was dealing damage to him. A weaker person, somebody that wasn't as tough as Lazda was,
Mm-hmm.
would not have survived for very long, right? Something about his tough, maybe it's his dwarven heritage, maybe it's just he's a tough individual. Something allowed him to persist and allowed for the damage and the healing to last longer, which made him an ideal anchor for this situation.
Mm.
If you hadn't been here, he probably wouldn't have survived much longer than another month. But getting here when you did, he's a tough dude. He might have some permanent psychological effects, but physically, removing him from the light was enough. He's not dying anymore. But his life force has been siphoned off. There's probably a good chance that his like maximum life expectancy is dwindled because of this.
Oh.
I don't think he's going to die. He's a pretty hearty
Yeah.
young man, but he's not going to live long either.
How?
Well, not long for
would
right
you-
now, maybe long in the future. Omarion's dad was somewhat like that. Because he was kind of a runaround when he was younger and put all kinds of stuff in his body, and he lived a good life, but it was a bit short. Let's see if we can take him back to his mother, and at least he can start living a good life now.
You want to get cleaned up first before you see your mom again?
I don't want to spend another minute in this place.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Yeah, he starts going. I think too, as you guys start making your way up, you're making your way up, and you come out into like the library. There's a moment where like there's a pause, right? You're like you have the map, you've seen all these secret doors. You're right outside that Mistress's private collection room. It's pretty tempting, Mukta, don't you think?
What are
I
you
can
looking
take
like
him
that
up
for,
while
Mukta?
you look at it.
You're not going to like drop dead right away, friend, right?
No, he stammers for a bit, and no, I'll be fine.
Perfect. And before he even finishes, Mukta's going off to the door.
Yep. Perfect. So, so I'm gonna move your tokens just so you can see, but yeah, you make your way. This wall, the secret passage here is insane. Even knowing it's there based on the map, it still takes you a good. In fact, roll me a perception check to see how long it takes you to find it.
All right.
Clovis, if you'd like to follow the expert, you can take a +2 to your check.
Yep.
What was that roll there, Mukta?
That was a natural 1
Oh.
for an 11.
We know what to do, chat.
4 hours
Mukta
later.
got a 28 plus 2 is 30 on my check.
Very nice.
I'm too excited. I can't like.
But you taught me well, Mukta. This is all because of you.
Right. So Mukta is like making no progress here, right? It's not until Clovis like walks over. Still takes you like a good 15 minutes of searching, and then immediately you find the door, right? You're able to see in. I'm gonna just show you here, right? So this tiny room, the walls of this small room have built-in shelves. Books line the shelves to the north and south, while a stack of loose scrolls sit on the shelf to the west. A single chair and a small writing desk sit in the middle of the room, and the desk is covered in lots of loose papers, very obviously papers that Volluk at some time has like combed through. So I will say there are 2 sort of lore things here that we can get, and we'll like maybe montage this later. There's a weird journal, closed, bound with like leather, and as you unravel the strap and look at the first page, it looks to be Belcora's personal diary. And on the rest of the papers, right, there is just a stack of uncategorized, unorganized, messy papers. But at a glimpse, it looks like maybe it tells you, it's like technical diagrams for the lighthouse itself. So somebody might be able to decode that.
Very, very helpful. Should be helpful.
Thirdly, there is a scroll, and this scroll will allow you to awaken portals. It's a ritual, not a spell, but it allows you to activate deactivated or inert portals that have already been created. And immediately looking at the diagram on this page, Hal, you've seen one of these portal rooms before in the dining hall. The inlaid silver, the runes carved in.
Oh,
this,
that's right.
This is tied to that. And if you guys were to follow the instructions here, you may be able to reactivate that portal. And what you learn is like there are certain portals in the chamber that you can potentially, if you link both sides, then you can use it almost like as a fast travel point, right? There's one other rune that you know exists, and that's in the first level, but the silver has been scraped out, so it cannot be reactivated. There are actually more portal rooms. They're all detailed on the map, and I can show you guys later if you have any questions where they may be. But here's the thing. On all of this, there is one moss-covered book. It's a very interesting book. It's huge. It's oversized. There's like papers kind of hanging out. It literally has like the cover has like fresh moss growing on it. The binding appears to be some sort of humanoid skin. There's a skull embossed on the cover with the moss covering the eyes and the face. And as you look at it, you've seen this symbol in a few places. You saw it in the room with the scorpion earlier. You saw it in Belcora's personal office. And now this symbol is emblazoned on the cover of this book, this moss-covered book. Obviously, as you run your spell, Hal, this book is magical.
I think, well, we saw this, well, I saw it. It was in Volluk's, what is it, his dining room. There was one of these symbols. I think we should have maybe Morley Bent help us decipher this. I mean, do you want to talk to Rin about it? She kind of gave me some creeps last time.
Oh, remember when I tried giving him the books that Mukta found? He didn't want to touch it. So I'm not sure if he's going to want to touch this.
Maybe go to Rin first.
Yeah, let's try Rin first.
And Mukta seems a little bit dejected as we found those books and no trinkets.
There is no treasure or no, nothing like that here is kind of the unfortunate reality,
Mukta's like, yeah, books. All right.
Right.
Well, let's not waste no time. Let's go. Texas back. We go. Take this young
and
man.
isn't there like a
to his
lot of
mother.
smoke in here?
It's still a little coughing. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of smoke residue. It's died down a bit, but it's, it's not like there's not a fresh layer of like smoke and ash in here.
I think I had asthma in my old life.
For asthma? Yeah, I heard you mention that before.
A few times, yeah.
It smells like prime rib.
Maybe.
So based on all these things, right, who's taking what? Right? Who's taking the book? Who's taking the journals? Who's taking the
I'll
loose
take the
papers?
book just to kind of flip through it as we walk back from Z. It's not really interesting, but I just want to see if there's anything, not technical and more musical.
So the book, by the way, the book is too bulk. That's how heavy and oversized it is. It weighs you down. I mean, it doesn't matter because we're not in combat, but it's like, oh god, this thing is hefty.
This is too heavy for me, Nulara. Maybe you want to carry it?
Yeah, put it in my backpack.
You put all the other stuff in our party loot, Steve, the scrolls and all that stuff.
Yeah, shove it in there.
I haven't, but I
I'm
can
like
later.
holding
Okay.
the guy. Lava.
He's walking. He wanted to stay. He's like, I'm fine. You don't have to dote on me. I am not. And his like mind goes blank, and then he just kind of like wanders off, like he forgot about his thought, and is just staring off at the wall.
This lantern is already.
I'm following this dude. We have not cleared the entirety of this place.
Huh? He like looks. What are you talking about?
Okay, I think it's time
Stay
we get
here.
it off.
Yeah.
We gather everything. I'll take the.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll just put some in the party.
There's some very like interesting things in here. Let's say. So.
I can grab it. Yeah.
So we finish here. We gather up all of everything out of Belcora's private collection. We head back to the surface. We limp back to town. We're not limping. You guys are pretty beat up, right? Bruises, cuts. You lost a lot of blood. You're feeling a little woozy. You make your way back to Otari, and there's like a cut to like that scene where like you go back to the Rowdy Rockfish, and the door opens, and then you see Brelda like behind the counter, and she's like cleaning like a glass or whatever, and then Lazda walks in, and she's like, "Take a seat. I'll be with you in a second." And then he's just like, "Mom, it's me." And she turns and she's looking at him and you guys are kind of in the back behind him. The glass drops, shatters. She runs, jumps over the counter, picks up her son, gives him the warmest embrace, and just hugging him. He's like, "Mom, please." And she's like, "I never gave up hope." She like pulls her face, looks him eyes to eyes. She's like, "I dreamt about you every night in pain and agony. Are you okay?" "Oh, Mom, I'm fine." Like pushes her off a little bit. And then like there's like that moment where he's like again like blinks and then looks around a little confused. "Mom, it's you!" And then he goes and gives her like another hug, and she's like crying tears, and she hugs him, and she's just like looking back at you. She's like, "What's wrong with him?"
He's been through quite a bit, but he's
He would
alive.
benefit he would benefit a lot from resting. Maybe you could give him a day or two.
Yeah.
The important thing, he's alive and he's back to you.
Yeah.
Right.
All thanks to Halarmony here.
And Clovis.
To all of us.
He's like, "Mom,
But mostly Halarmony.
these are the heroes of Atari, and they are hot." And she's like, "Yes, they are, son. Yes, they are." And there's a smile as she comes over, and she gives each one of you one by one a big warm hug. And she's like, "I don't know how I knew, but when I met you, I knew you were going to do great things for this town." Kisses each one of you on the head, although it's hard for her, for some of you, because like Nular is way taller than her. She has to like ask you to bend down. And she's like, "I need to give you something." She goes behind the desk, the bar. On the wall, there is a big sort of kind of a decoration. It's like a metal shield that looks fairly decorative, you know. But she pulls it off the wall, and she brings it over to you guys as a group, and she says, "This belonged to Lasda's dad. He doesn't need it anymore. Please take it." And she hands over this like kind of family heirloom, which is a magical it's a minor sturdy shield, part of their like family like heirlooms that they want you guys to have.
Are there any patrons or anything in the Cowardly Rockfish right now?
At this time of day, no, everyone's at work.
Okay.
Oh, please, you don't have to give this up. It's important to you.
You gave me back my son. I don't want you to ever forget us.
Not at all. And then I look at Hal. Hal, remember when I thought this lady's son was dead? And I told her.
I mean, we kind of...
What? How? You're whispering too quietly.
I'm sorry. I was telling Elda to vote for Hal. But I thought you saw him in the mausoleum. That's why I thought you knew. But apparently, he just goes there for dinner.
I used to go there to sleep too, and then.
To be fair, I kind of thought he was dead as well. I mean, a month missing at the Gauntlet.
Right.
How many times have we all almost died in
It's
like
actually
a week?
It's at least been 3 to 6 months since his disappearance, actually.
I think you were the only one to fall down.
Look, semantics. Anyway,
The shield, by the way, it's emblazoned. This is the Rowdy Rockfish. The whole thing is embossed with it's a rockfish blaze emblem right on the front.
Wow.
She sees that you already had like a sturdy shield, right? So she's like, "Well, yours is already kind of nice," but she offers it to like Clovis.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Clovis.
Offers me the shield.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the MVP gets the shield.
Mm-hmm.
No?
I think that would make sense.
But the shield is metal, and not want to be rude, but it's against my religion.
Well,
Your religion?
You don't want
What
to
about
be-
that other shield you're carrying?
It's a wood. It's made out of wood. Good wood. But I would like one of you to carry that shield then. Whoever could use it the most.
Is this shield made out of wood?
it's metal. It's definitely metal. Well,
I
if
do
you
not
don't
want
want it,
I do
that's,
not want to
that's
be
fine.
rude, but who, Laura, you use it?
I can find something else. Hang on. She goes behind the counter and like leaves the shield on the counter and starts like going through like the drawers and comes out. And she's like, this is everything I have. And she hands over like a pouch that has like 13 gold and 5 silver.
Relda, please,
No.
you don't have to. Really, we insist, do not give us anything more. Save this for yourself. Save this for your family.
Why
You just got your
why
son
don't
back.
you put a plaque under the shield, huh? That says Halarmony and the Heroes of Atari. Dedicated to Halarmony and the Heroes of Atari.
Used by Halarmony and Heroes of Atari.
I like
Great
that.
idea, Murta.
This, you will always be honored guests. You will never pay as long as you stay under my roof. I owe you everything. Thank you. Thank you, Heroes of Otari. And yeah, we kind of like leave this scene, and you guys have made quite an impression here on Lazda, who now not only likes you guys, but fully like 100% supports you, discounts, free rooms, the whole 9 yards. You're able to do here, right?
Oh, how?
Right.
Do you want to brag to Menhems right now?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I think it might be better for actually for Mehems to hear about it through the grapevine.
Ah, that's true. Oh, we should tell Rin first. She was the one that brought us here in the first place.
Yeah, maybe you can tell Mera and your girlfriend. I tell my brother over there.
There's like I think there's a
know.
I think there's a montage here of you guys like going and like telling people, telling someone who tells someone, and the word is kind of spreading and rippling through town, right?
Yeah.
This sort of seed has been planted, organically spreading throughout town until eventually we're like there's like an office, and you see like Menhems, and he's like working, and he looks really flustered on his face, and there's like a knock on the door, and it's Doriana, and she's like, Father, apparently they've done it. And he looks, and he gets a big grin on his face, and he's like, well, that's some good news. We could use some of that these days. And he stands up, picks up his hat, comes outside, expecting to like bask in the glow of his success. But as he looks around town, all he hears is people talking about the heroes of Otari. The heroes this, they've done this. Lazda's back. Everyone wants to come by and see Lazda. And you see like Menhem's a little bit flustered as like as he walks past one sort of like couple, and they're like, I hear that Hal's running for mayor, and that like strikes him in the back of his head, and he's like, ugh. And then the thing that really finishes him is like, yeah, I'd vote for him. And then that's like the dagger, the 1-2 punch that really like catches him. He doesn't let it show.
Yes.
He comes in to find you guys at the Rowdy Rockfish pouring over your loot, and he's like, if it isn't the commissioned heroes of Otari. And he announces that so that everyone, this place is packed now, right? Everyone can like hear him like trying to sort of attach himself to your victory. We've done it! The town is safe! Finally!
Hi, would you want a drink?
Yes, that is a good idea. Maybe you should have a drink and
come sit with
pay
us.
Rounds
pay us the
on
gold.
me! And he like,
Nah, you don't have to.
already did. And he like comes and sits over.
Oh, the Heroes of Otari actually already got rounds for everyone, but you're welcome to
Yeah.
join us.
You were late. I thought you'd be here like a little bit early, considering you did commission us.
Yeah, well, if you had come to me, I could have possibly paid you the salary I promised. I had to find through the grapevine.
Of course, we're going to come to you, but we had to reunite brother with her son. I mean, we wouldn't want to waste even a minute dawdling over anything else but getting her here.
Exactly. And you can't say no to a mother who invites you down for dinner with
I never said
drinks.
no to my mother.
Exactly. I'm sure Mock
No,
never has.
never.
Exactly.
Well, I tried once. I still have a scar right behind my ear.
See? So. But yeah, it's so nice of you
It's
to
great.
join us.
It's great of you to come along and to save the town, and we will gladly make sure you receive your payment, of course. And he like snaps at one of like, can you have 200 gold sent over? Great. And then they're gonna rush off to bring you your gold, and he's like, so we'll celebrate tonight, big party, and then what's your plans tomorrow? Are you off to the next town, the next adventure, I assume?
I'm going.
Lean in. Whatever came of Carmen and his sword?
So far, we've been unsuccessful in finding him. He's not on the main roads. He's not in town. He's not on the ships.
Oh, that's too bad.
Longsaddle said it's out of his jurisdiction. If he shows up, he will be dealt with. I will send word to Absalom and put the bounty out, but that's all we can do.
Do I believe him?
Make actually, you have a pass. Like, yeah, you know what? He's not even lying. You believe him.
I look sidelong at Nulara, and I give her a approving nod, like, yeah, they didn't find him, but we're going to find him.
Perhaps another job for you, the Heroes of Otari.
I mean, there's still
Whatever
a
we
whole
can
lot
do to
more
help the
cover.
town, of course.
Mayor, if you could give us a quick second. And then,
Of course. Let me.
Yeah.
I have some flesh to press as he like gets up and starts going around the
Sure.
room and uses this time to kind of make sure that they all know. Did you know that I hired them? Right. I did this. Right. He's trying to like salvage anything he can out of the situation. Right.
Right.
Go ahead, you guys.
so do you guys
I
wanna
will do
tell-
Group
Sorry.
impression to counter his enthusiasm.
Ooh. Let's do it. Let's make a diplomacy off.
Nice.
You
I
guys
want to.
wanna-
He's got to do
Strike
one
me.
at a time, right? And you're just make a group impression in general, Hal.
Hal's
Alright.
just sitting there flipping his hair, giving smiles to people.
I'm actually playing my lute, talking about
course
the
you are.
different people in the group, and singing the heroics that they did, particularly good Clovis here
Mhm.
over Volluk.
So hot.
So,
Hot boy.
Oh,
That is a
God.
33.
oh, nice.
You counter any sort of like mojo the mayor's
Poor
putting
man.
off is countered by your just charismatic presence, your songs. Like he's like talking to someone and shaking their hand. They're like pushing past him to like listen to you sing and talk. He's being completely like shut out of this. And the only thing he can do to salvage this is when they show up at the payment, he makes a big show of dumping like 200 gold on the table for you guys and says, "To the heroes." And he leaves off of Otari. Payment from your mayor. But like he has to like slowly like hit the door and like back out of the room because nobody cares.
As he does that, though, I'm going to take 50 gold from that, my share, and I'm going to say, and I'm going to kind of get near Halharmony. As our good leader and friend Halharmony is so charitable, and only thinks of the good of this town. He encouraged us all to pitch in. And brother, where are you, my dear?
Behind the counter, like passing out free drinks to everyone. Over here.
You
Tiptoeing.
and your family have suffered quite a ordeal for Otari. And we want to make sure that your family never has to suffer again. Because we love this town so much. Hal loves this town so much. Here, please take this. And I give her 50 gold.
Wow. Your whole share?
Yep.
Here's
And-
another 52.
Brelda's like overtaken. She can't believe it. She's like, No, I can't. You saved my son. I should be paying you. And she's like refusing the money, But
The good done for this town is payment enough.
And then, yeah, so like she's okay. I'm going to name this. We're gonna rename this place. We got some work to do here, and the whole thing. Everyone's just like, "Did you hear what they did? They took the mayor's money and they gave it to List. Annie's mom. List is back." Like, it's just this like thing, like ripples, right? You can see everyone here is like in love with you guys, man. You guys are the talk of the town. We watch like Hal just scoop the 50 gold that he's paid and puts it into his pocket, right? What does Hal do with his share and Clovis do with his share?
Yeah, Clovis is going to keep it as we know we're going to need a little bit of money. I think 100 gold looks good.
Okay. Hal?
Hal is going to definitely keep it because he knows he has somebody to head back to at some point, or perhaps invites them here sometime
so I think
in the future.
Yep, you guys keep your share. We kind of like end the scene with like the cameras here is floating above, talk of the town, the celebration spilling out of the street. Everyone in Otari is coming to see. There's just like a general party feel because the Gauntlight's not glowing. Everything seems like safe, and then the camera like floats back towards like the Gauntlight, and we see the tower. The Gauntlight stands. The blue light at the top that normally glowed is gone. It's put out. The town of Otari is under no more immediate threat. You have done what you set out to do. You have saved the town of Otari. The runes of Gauntlight will threaten the town no more. And the camera pushes in down the lighthouse, deeper, past the floor, past the dead purple worm, down to where Lazda was anchored, through the wall, and towards the ghost of Otari Ilvashti, who sits and waits and says, "They will be back, I know it. They will be back." We smash cut from here back, like we fade to black, right? This is the end. This is the end of the Ruins of Gauntlight. Like, boom, credits roll. Nina as Nulara, Rick as Halharmony, Richard as Mukta, Mike as Clovis, right? Like, it scrolls. We get an after credit scene, right? And the after credit scene is like Yin Yasmara, right? She's like, "Have you found him?" And then it's like, "Yeah, we found him. He's in Smuggler's Cove. We sent 2 people to retrieve him. They did not return." And Yin is sitting there like there's a coin like rolling along her fingers as she stops. "I have just the man for the job." And the end credit scene fades to black, and we're done. We have completed the Ruins of Gauntlight.
Nice.
Congratulations, you guys. 22 episodes in, and we did it. Our first adventure book of our Pathfinder like career. That's really amazing.
Thanks, Steve.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was dicey for a minute. It was dicey.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Richard over here had a backup character because he didn't believe.
Yeah. You believe.
Thank you,
No,
Dalvin and CJ in chat.
Look, when you're Mukta, I went unconscious. I think my first appearance. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. The bird doll.
Yeah.
So
A lot of
I was
fights.
like,
And
I'm
they'll watch
gonna
out.
make a backup.
I gotta be honest. After like 2 or 3 rounds in the fight, I just thought it was over. I'm like, well, we're gonna TPK. What are we gonna do? It's gonna be so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna like pull my punches, right? I'm gonna play him up, and I'm just like, I don't know how you get out of this. And the dice gods just swung the opposite way, and you guys had so many hero points, which helped. So
Thanks,
everyone
Rollsmith.
in chat.
Oh yeah. Well,
Thank you,
Thank
Rollsmith.
you, Twitch.
And the energy in chat and everyone cheering you on, and we had the gift subs going on. Like, it was just so much positive energy. People believed in you, and it turned things around. I love to see it. All right, guys.
Super
Well,
fun.
We're manifesting.
that's
it.
gonna do
Yeah.
it for us this week on the Abomination Vaults. Thank you to Nina, Richard, Mike, Rick. It's been an exhausting night, but it's been a fun night, as always. Thank you to all our viewers. Yeah, what? Raising your hand. Good.
Are you gonna do the contest?
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Relax.
Just having your back. Just making
Thank
sure.
you to the viewers live with us now on Twitch, and those of you who watch later on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe on follow on both platforms. Real quick, let's pull our winner of the $5 gift card to Rollsmith. Good for any set of dice from their shop.
Here we go.
I had this pulled up, but it timed out, so I'm reconnecting. We had, let's see, giveaway, pick a winner. We had 5 entries. One of them is me, and one of them is Nina, so let's hope it's not. And the winner is JBB33 Tista.
Nice. Congrats.
That's
JB.
hilarious.
You are the
Congrats.
winner of the Rollsmith gift card. Congratulations. Thank you for joining.
Congratulations.
As soon as this stream's done, I'm going to message you on Twitch to get you your gift card code. Pick a really awesome dice set. I know that the Elm dice were working awesome for me, but you might want to consider picking up the Ruby Red, their newest dice set. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Elvis was using it today. They paid off.
Yeah,
MVP.
Yeah.
MVP. Yeah.
Big thanks to the Rollsmith for sponsoring this episode. Definitely go check out their website. Ruins of Gauntlight has been a blast, everyone. We've come so far from a group of 5e players. Just want to check out something new. Built an awesome community. Big shout out to the Pathfinder community. Huge shout out to you guys for coming on this adventure with us. We are taking the next 2 weeks off in order to prepare and rebrand our channel. Instead of DM Steve on Twitch and YouTube, we are going to be able to find us at Recall Knowledge.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Recall knowledge.
We plan to rename
Let's
our
go.
existing channel so your subs and follows will all carry over to the new channel. Don't be too confused when you see all the change in branding. It's still going to be the same awesome, great content that you've all come to love.
To add, if it's okay, Steve, like everyone
Please.
has been working hard on the relaunch of Recall Knowledge. So we're really, really excited to see you guys come back when we come back. And then if you can, let everyone else know as well.
Yeah.
Because yeah, the only goal honestly is to improve. And we're so excited to have you guys in that journey with us.
To add to that, on Reddit, we were mentioned and we actually won top 5 or something in the poll of favorite Pathfinder streamers as a writing candidate. That's amazing.
Wow.
So whoever voted for us
Hey!
out there, thank you. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's
You
awesome.
feel
Yeah.
your love. I hope you feel it.
A lot of exciting things. For
right.
sure.
We will be back on Wednesday, August 25th, with episode 1 of Hands of the Devil. I'm glad I can say this since TPK. I wasn't sure. As we
Yes,
kick off,
all of us.
as we kick off book 2 with the Gauntlet saved, what other mysteries lie in the lower levels of the Abomination Vaults? Come find out with us together. We have some fun changes coming up for the next book, so come back to find out what they are. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.
See you on the
Hey, guys.
25th.
Bye, y'all.
Ruby.
When the sound